What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy, Hustler and Muscular, also known as HNM. Coming back to you live with another stream. And this time I've got a very interesting topic to talk about. But first, for those of y'all listening, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. That way I can put out more content like this for your educational development and to help you develop wisdom as far as what's going on in the outside world, even as we speak. Well, at least as far as the dating market is concerned, anyways. But with that being said, let's get into the first topic. The first topic is why men shouldn't date single mothers. And this is a very controversial thing, if you ask me. Because I've heard the question many times, why men don't want relationships with single mothers. I mean, a single mother should be just as good as a woman that doesn't have children. Well, in my honest opinion, I don't think you being a single mother is too much the issue. It's the fact that you're undateable. And what do I mean by that? I mean, a woman who has no kids is no more date worthy or no more worthy of a relationship than a woman that has kids. But the fact that you have kids by another man, especially to a man that doesn't have kids of his own, no, you don't hold a lot of value in that regard. You see, when I see women who have kids, I can't look at them as someone I could possibly be in a relationship with. Why? Well, for one thing, when you're a single mother, it's like your kids are going to always come before whatever man you're involved with. And not only that, the baby daddy or sometimes baby daddies are always going to come above whatever man that she's dealing with. So the man can't even view himself as the top priority in the relationship, if there is a relationship. That's why a lot of men, when they deal with single mothers, they just have their fun with them and keep on moving. Believe me, I've done it before, so I know. I know exactly how that goes. I'm going to say about 80% of the females I've interacted with, they were single moms. Now, granted, I know some that are not single moms at an older age. They went out there just popping their thought pocket, getting pregnant by different dudes or whatever. But I know, but that doesn't make them any more worthy of being in a relationship. I got a female friend right now, 41 years old, doesn't have kids. So in my mind, she has more value than these 40-year-old women that's got 3 or 4 kids and none of them are even married, let alone in a relationship. So if you're a single woman over the age of 30 and you don't have kids, believe me when I tell you this, you have way more value compared to women who are same age as you and they have kids already. Believe me, you hold way more value in that regard. So I can definitely say that. And like I said, a large number of women over the age of 30 already have kids. And if you're a man who doesn't have kids of his own, that can be a problem because you want your own legacy. You want your own kids. You don't want to deal with the kids. You don't want to deal with somebody else's child. And before some knucklehead give me that bullshit that, oh, well, women take care of kids that ain't theirs all the time. So why can't men take care of kids that ain't theirs? It's not the same fucking thing. Me stepping up for a single mother and her kids is it's not the same thing as a woman legally adopting a child. Just like I talked about in my paternity fraud stream. Y'all need to stop with this bullshit that a man is obligated to take care of your kids just because y'all together. No nigga in his right mind is obligated to take care of your kids, and he shouldn't want to do that. So don't put the pressure on him. The easiest thing to do is just to avoid single mothers altogether. I've been doing it for a while, but I've noticed as of lately, a lot of women my age already got kids. The ones I find attractive already got kids by other men. So it's like, oh, I got to scratch them out. Put me in a room with 10 women, for example. I bet you out of the 10, 8 of them probably already got kids. That's 8 women I had to eliminate. As for the other 2 who don't have kids, well, the only problem is they can't give me kids because they're not fertile enough. It'll be a high-risk pregnancy. So it kind of begs the question, what are we to do in these kind of situations? And anybody can answer this in the comments. What should an older man over 35 with no kids do if he's going to date women his own age that don't have kids, knowing damn well that he can't, that he can't get her pregnant, and if he does, it's going to be a high risk pregnancy. What is he supposed to do in that regard? I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea as to what he's supposed to do in situations like that. So yeah. So with that being said, it's like we don't have much to work with anymore. And some of y'all might be thinking, well, you should have got married when you were in your 20s. You should have got married when you should have had kids while you were still 25, 26. Okay, who are you referring to, men or women? Because last I checked, women have a biological clock. They can't have kids past 35. It's not like men can't get women pregnant past 35, 40 years old. So don't give me that bullshit. Don't give me that stupid shit like, oh, well, it's your fault because you should have had kids when you were young. Okay, by who? Because I choose to be responsible with my goddamn seed. It's my fault that I chose not to have kids out of wedlock. I chose not to just go out there and be silly with my willy. You're blaming me for that bullshit? Is that what I'm hearing? So any man over the age of 30 who doesn't have kids, something is wrong with him because he should have shacked up with a woman when he was 10 years younger. So many single women out here, so many to choose from, so many to get with, so many, yes, but there's so little in terms of quality women. That's the problem. So little in terms of quality. Baby mamas don't count. Women who run the streets don't count. And it goes without saying that women who are already in relationships who are already taken don't count either. So cut out the bullshit that you got so many women to choose from in this dating market, because really you don't. Yes, you got options because they physically exist, but you don't have a lot to choose from as far as women that are either on your level or worth anything outside of a one night stand or a fling. So yeah, we got options just for the simple fact that y'all are here. And not only that, depending on what the man's standards are, he gonna have he gonna have a lot less to choose from. Women that don't meet the man's standards or whatever, they gotta go. They may not be bad people, but they gotta go. In my case, if you're the kind of female who has no regard for safety, you're not for me. If you want to be on social media all the time, you're not for me. If you got a bunch of guy friends in your DMs, you're not for me. And there's another thing. And of course, if you got kids by another man, you're not for me. So those are my standards. And a lot of women I come across don't meet the standards. So there's not much I can do about that. Even when I was in college, it was hard to find a woman. And plus, when you're an average to below average looking dude, women are not going to consider you worth anything. They have an unrealistic expectation as far as what their dream man should be. Now, granted, there are some average looking dudes out there that have girlfriends or wives, because I see them walking around a lot. But even they can tell you that, hey, the dating market is trash, and he was lucky to find himself a treasure. I've interacted with married couples, and they've told me how trash the dating market is. Not only that, how much backlash that they get. Because I've had married women tell me point blank that they get a lot of backlash on social media and in real life because of their traditional relationships. So even they understand this aspect. So it ain't like, well, this guy's married, so what you're saying can't be true. Now those people are in a relationship, so what you're saying can't be true. You can't say that there are less women to choose from if these guys can find somebody. Well, some of the married couples can tell you firsthand that there's not a lot to choose from. That man's wife was a precious treasure, and he took the opportunity to get it. And I guess this man was the top tier guy that she wanted, and she took the opportunity to get with him. But even they will tell you that the dating market is trash. You know, I've had married women tell me that they get talked about like a dog because they want to submit to their husbands. Because, you know, the sisterhood going to be like, no, you don't submit to any man. Don't let your husband control you. All this kind of stupid shit. Let your husband get his own food. Stupid shit like that. And these are the same bitter, angry women that can keep a man to save their damn lives. So, yeah, it's nonsense. The dating market out here is just total bullshit now. So it's kind of a mess out here now. So we don't have a lot to choose from. And since single motherhood is being pushed to the forefront, that's going to make it even harder. because everybody knows that a family consists of a man and a woman, mother and father, husband and wife. But now you got more women taking up the single mother role, and I say choosing to take up that role, because when you choose to have kids by a man that's probably not going to stick around and be a father, you're choosing the consequences. So all this stupid stuff that y'all ladies talk about, oh well, the man just ran out on me. The man just didn't want to step up and be a father. Okay, you can't put all the blame on him, because remember, you allowed that man to slide into you raw and have sex with you. Yes, but at the same time, it's his goddamn fault, because he should have wrapped it up and protected himself. So y'all both are to blame when kids come out of it. All of this bullshit that men are responsible for single motherhood. No, women are, because women control access to sex. We ain't talking about no SA kind of stuff where a woman is forced to sleep with a man. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about women who deliberately give their womb to men that they know are not going to stick around and be in relationships with them. And at the end of the day, they want to come around here blaming those same men and say all men are dogs, all men are shit, all men are this, that, and the third. No. How about you just choose your men a little wisely? Stop having kids out of wedlock and all that kind of stupid stuff. And I talked about in the previous stream, there's way less people getting married now than it was 25, 30, 40, 50 years ago. Marriage rates are dropping. I talked about that in the previous stream, how marriage rates are dropping. And I'll get into another aspect of marriages later on in the stream. But right now, I talk about the single mother epidemic and why men don't date single mothers. As I said earlier, men don't want to deal with a woman that's got kids by another man. It causes baby daddy drama. What if the baby daddy is a violent felon or something? What if he's the kind of man that would just simply come around the new boyfriend and start some bullshit with him? You don't know that. It's too goddamn risky. Who wants to do that? I don't want to do that shit. And I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm trying to hang out with a single mother and she got her kids by her side and I got to pay for all of them, or him, her, whatever. No, I'm not doing that. And y'all might be thinking, well, if you want to take care of a single mother's kids, why are you dealing with single mothers? Does that even matter? I'm not obligated to do anything for a woman and her children. Bottom line, point blank and simple. I'm not obligated to do that. It's not my prerogative to take care of a child that is not mine. Point blank and simple.
Hi.
And I recommend no man does that. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay, we have Kendra Soft. Kendra Soft, how are you doing?
Kendra Self.
Oh,
How
Kendra
you
Self, I'm
doing?
sorry.
How
I'm
you
all right.
doing?
How are you doing?
I'm doing quite good, honey bee. How are you? I agree with every single thing that you say. Okay, I agree. I get mad. I get mad when I think about it.
Okay, then speak your piece.
Okay, I believe a woman should be a woman. I want to be there for my man. Do you understand? When I say that and what I say, do you understand the meaning of that? Do you understand what it is to be a woman? To sacrifice for your man? I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I get ahead.
It's all
I'm
right.
sorry.
It's all right. But
I
continue
get
talking. And when you
okay.
say sacrifice for your man, you mean sacrifice for the man that you're in love with. You can't do that for every man, because every man out here ain't worth all that. But you got to have the common sense to know who's worth it and who's not. But what I'm
Hold
saying
on.
is,
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead. Go ahead.
One second, baby. You keep rolling, okay? I just need to sort something. Okay, 1 second. I'm
Say
gonna
what
put
now?
myself on. I'm gonna put myself on mute. Okay. Well, I sort these. I'm sorry. I got a pan boiling over. I can't help it. I'm sorry. 1 second.
You got a what?
A pan boiling over.
A pan boiling over. Well, don't burn the house down. Shit. Oh my. Take your time. Take your time. Okay, we'll just wait till this Kendra Self woman get back. But until then, let me continue speaking my piece. She makes a point. You have to sacrifice for the right kind of man. You can't be out here being reckless with the womb, giving it up to any and every man out there, and then you want to complain later on in life when these men don't want to commit to you. That's why I say men and women have to vet one another. Now, some of y'all might be thinking, well, we were together for years and years and years. Okay, I understand some relationships don't work out, but I also say don't be rushing to have kids if you're not sure that this person is going to commit to you. Because believe me, I can tell what kind of women are good for me, I want to commit to and possibly have kids by, and what women I just don't want anything to do with outside of sex. I have ways of telling. I've seen my fair share of trash to know what treasure looks like. Think of it like this. Ever had that one female friend you could just look at and be like, she gonna make a good wife one day. Somebody gonna make her happy. I know she gonna be a good wife. Then you got the other female friends that be like, I can't imagine any dude taking her seriously. She is not gonna be a wife for any man. She gonna be single for a long time. Even if she does get a man, he'll just give her the goodies and keep it moving. And we don't do that to women to be cruel, to be evil, to be mean. We do that because we know where you stand. All this stuff about all women are queens, all women are to be treated as treasures. No, that's bullshit. You want to be treated like a queen, you have to show you are worthy of that title. The same way we men have to show we are worthy of being kings. That's just the way that goes. You have to come to a man already set in your femininity, already willing to, be this cooperative and yes, submissive woman. Now, do you got to submit to every man? Absolutely the fuck not, because not every man has good intentions. But you do have to have it in your mind that you want to submit to this kind-hearted man and stop going for the dudes that just make your ass feel good just because he's working with something downstairs. You have to get with the man that you know is going to do right by you instead of getting with these Pookies and Ray Ray that just going to pump dump your ass because hell,
Yeah,
that's just what they do.
yeah,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry. Oh,
I,
you're back?
I believe you. Every word that you said, I agree with you. I sorry. I was listening to you. I was downstairs. I was giving my mother her medication. She ain't a little bit well right now, but I agree with you. I need a good man. I want him to lead me, lead me into temptation, not into temptation. I want to be discovered as a woman. I want to come out on the other side to be known as the best woman for you. I am completely on your side.
Okay, good to know. So what are your so do you I'm curious, do you have any kids by any chance?
No, no, I was not blessed that way, but by God's good grace, one day, perhaps it is not in my peripheral. How about you?
Nope, I don't have kids either.
Okay. It was a conscious decision. Okay. I decided that many years ago, I did not want them to come into this world the way it is unless I was in a proper state with a proper husband, a proper setup, a proper future life plan, and strike me down. Now, I'm terrible for thinking that way, you know?
What you mean terrible for thinking that way?
People say that I'm terrible for not just popping out babies like rabbits.
Wow, get used to that.
It's
Because that's what I
crazy.
was saying. The single mother epidemic is what's being pushed to the forefront. Now I don't know where you live. Are you living in the U.S. by any chance? Judging by that
Of
accent,
course,
I don't. You live in the
I,
U.S.?
I am. I am. I spent a couple of years out of the U.S. because my father was military. So I lived in Germany, a few posts in other
You,
countries, but yeah, yeah,
you live where
predominantly
now?
I don't like to say originally, originally from the South, originally, but you know, um, it's changed. It's changed. The whole of the U.S. has changed. When I came
Yeah.
home, it didn't feel like home. Did not feel like home.
And what was home like to you?
Home, you leave your back door open. You knew the neighbors. Um, you go out skating. Occasionally, you get caught in a little bit of trouble, you know. But the neighbors would be the one to tell your parents, your mama, your papa, both parents at home. It was just normality. But now it's just ain't so. It just ain't so. I don't know about you. What was normal for you?
Well, that was the norm at one point. 'Cause like you said, and I remember back in the day when I was a little boy, we had neighbors that would often snitch on us if we did something wrong. So yeah, that
What?
is nothing new.
Oh,
Yeah, that,
yeah. Always gonna
so
be a snitch. Always gonna be one.
yeah, that's nothing. I mean, that's nothing new. That's how it was back in the day. Yeah, let your neighbors catch you stupid around their backyard. They're gonna tell your parents. They're gonna get the neighbors to give you an ass whooping. Now your parents gonna give you an ass whooping. Happened to some friends of
Um,
mine from way back in the day, so I know.
no, no. I was quite lucky in that way. My papa made me lie on my belly, and he hit me on the back with a strap with his belt. Oh,
Okay,
but
so you got whoopings as a child. Well, so did I. So we both got that discipline in us. Okay.
yeah, it didn't. I'm still here. I ain't broken. I'm still a full woman. I'm still doing as I is to do. So, you know,
Doing what you used to do. What you mean?
I'm doing what I is to do. I'm doing what I supposed to do as a woman. I cook, I clean, I work, I do. Even in my eyes, a man's job is to work. I do the man's job. I'm a woman. I'm a man. I'm looking for a man to work and let me do my duties. Let me do what I'm good at. Let me flourish. That's all. I don't ask for a lot. I can live off $20 a week. I don't cost that much, you
twenty
know.
dollars a week.
I can. I can. If you a man living on your own, I am at no extra expense, a couple of vegetables, and perhaps a little extra bit of steak. That's all. Once a week. I will do the shopping, I will do the cooking, I will cut your bills down, I will do everything for you. I will make you my life. That's all.
Okay. I
So
like that.
I
As much as I like what I'm hearing, I just hope that you are legit with what you're saying. Don't be lying to my audience now. Whoever's watching in the back, don't be lying to us like that.
okay.
Because
I don't
I
know
wish
why
that
I be lying. Why would I be
I'm not
lying?
I'm not saying you are lying, but this is just me personally. I'm at the point where I don't expect much of anything positive out of women anymore. So you got to surprise me. And so far you surprised me. You sound like a
But
traditional woman.
I
You
don't.
sound
Well. Might I just say, you sound like a traditional man, and that is extremely rare to come across. Also, so
and you know
thank
why
you.
that's so rare to come across? Because
I don't know, but
modern
tell me
women
about.
have destroyed the traditional values of our society. Seriously, you want to be a modern woman, but you want a traditional man? The hell with that bullshit. You want to be a modern woman? I'm gonna be a modern man. I'll take you out, have fun
Oh,
with you, but we ain't getting married. We ain't having kids. We ain't starting a family. You're just
what?
play, not for keep. That's what they're doing now. So I've
I
always
don't.
believed that bad men bad men and bad women are byproducts of one another. The modern man is the byproduct of the modern woman. That's the way I look at that.
Wow. Okay, I feel like you think of the glass half empty as opposed to half full. Am I correct in thinking that?
You rather look at the glass as half empty instead of half full.
I said, I think that you do, not me, sugar. I think of everything half full. I'm halfway, baby. That is one hell of a stepping stone. I'm halfway there. Let me just do my thing and let me get there.
Nice. Well, you surprised me so far. You got that little down south
So
accent.
I I still have a little bit of that Alabama left in me. I'm sure, but
Oh, oh, you from Alabama? Okay,
no,
okay.
no, well, I can't deny it, but what makes you Alabama is living in Alabama, you know.
Was you there when they had that big old riot at the riverbank that day, some months back?
Mhm. Mhm. I was born there, but I wasn't omnipresent, I don't remember those days, but of course I grew up. My grandparents were so ah one-minded, and I grew up with the racism as a conflict because of that. Oh my days. Oh, I dealt with the outflow of that. Did you? Were you there?
Would I do what?
Where were you there?
In Alabama? No, I stay in Illinois.
Okay, Illinois. So, what's your history? You've been there the whole time, your whole life, or?
Yep, I was originally from Chicago, but I moved to Oakland because Chicago was just getting too messy.
Okay. With the guns, the violence, everything.
Oh yeah. I'm sure where you
Mhm.
come from, you don't see too much of that. The most you have to deal with is unruly neighbors. But out there, we got people carjacking, gangs all over the. I'm not gonna say all over the place, but it's enough violence to make you just want to run away.
Okay. I can't I can't say I've seen too much of it, but I have moved, being a military brat, um, parts of the world that I've been in, I've never been exposed to it. More so in America, different states, and so forth. Um, I don't know. So,
Uh,
what would
uh,
be? I don't know. I don't know. I stumbled across your channel. I put in live #live, and you came up. I liked the sound of your voice and what you were saying. So I don't know ex- how coherent we're going to be, how conducive to each other, but I seem to like you so far. I think it's going okay.
yeah, you don't sound so bad yourself. I'm just hoping that you're legit because I've been lied to before. So you understand the kind of world we live in. And like you
I
said,
don't, I'll
you
be
don't.
honest, I'm quite new to this. Not the internet. I've used YouTube for recipes. For I've used it for many reasons for crochet, pattern. I've used it for different bread roll recipes. I've used it, but I'm very new to these live things. So will our voices go out later today, like a video? People will put in, things, and do we have to talk about a certain topic for that to come up on a video, or what happened?
Yeah, yeah. Just chime in on the topic. Right now, I'm talking about why men don't date single mothers. So, why do you think men don't date single mothers?
I think they don't date single mothers because they know that their box is pre-used. Some other man has gone inside of there without no jammies on and shot his big wet load sloppy all inside. I mean, it's not like she's wiped it out with a baby wipe, is it? She ain't gone in there with a Kleenex and wiped it out. She enjoyed that, made a baby. you know, you get me? Are you getting my sense of humor? I'm sorry. Is
Yeah,
it
I
too
get it.
soon?
I get it.
Yeah,
So basically,
dirty, dirty
some other
thing.
dude slid into their raw. Some other man slid in their raw.
They slid in there, dirty, dirty back raw. They just they just literally let all those man juices out, wet all the walls. Can you imagine if a man came into your mother's house? Oh, hello, Eileen Burns.
You know this
How's she
gentleman? He
doing?
says, sound like someone. She sound like somebody I know. You know her?
Okay, who do I sound like? Who do I sound like? This is great. This is great. Do I sound like somebody famous? Please tell me. Tell me
I
all about.
don't
Anyway,
know.
let's get back. Let's not get distracted by the shade. But um, I imagine if somebody came into your mama's house, let all his man juices flow on her walls, in her kitchen, just absolutely man juice. I spread it on your couch. I spread it on your cooker. I spread it on your mama's bed. Like, can you just imagine? No. Would you want to walk into that lady's house and say, "Hey, I'm your new man"? Oh, and just try and wipe it away with your elbow. It makes no sense. It
Now
makes
that's just
no
nasty.
sense. Just nasty, nasty, nasty box. Nasty box.
Hmm.
Oh, you have somebody new in your chat as well. They have some emojis. I'm not sure what their name. Two
It
up.
said two ups and two downs. Said this woman from the Waltons. Waltons, as in the TV show from the 70s, Waltons?
Oh, hey. Two up, two down. Oh, good night. Two up, two down. Good night, Ann Burns. Good night, John Boy. Listen, if I came into your mama's house, two up, two downs, and I just spunked all over the gaff, all up inside your mama, would you expect the next man to walk in and to celebrate that box? Would you tell
No.
me, tell me right now, if you met a woman and she says, "Hello, nice to meet you. Beautiful first date. You're a beautiful woman. You're a lovely man. You're very gentlemanly. Thank you. You pulled my chair out. Okay, you bought me a decent burger, not the cheapest one on the list. I think you're a nice man. All of a sudden, I have 5 children. 5 whole-headed children have fallen out of my vagina. Is that a nice introduction to you?
That's oh no.
Would you be picturing the size of your double cheeseburger falling out of her hole? Tell
Wow,
me,
I think up two down two said it best. Geez, hey, well, hell no.
two up, two down? Can I just say, hell yeah, big up America. Make America great again.
Yeah.
So, so, can you tell me, can you tell me, please, if you are possibly, because I'm liking you just a little bit more and more every time we talk, every comment you make, but I honestly, I want to sit back in my feminism and I want to say that if you, as a man, you saw my beautiful flower underneath, I think if you saw it was pretty as a picture, what would be the words that you would say? Would you say, "Oh my God"? I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth. I want to know your true reaction to my beautiful, beautiful pussy. I don't want to say pussy. I want to say flower. Okay.
Well, keep those kind of words at a minimum, okay?
Okay. I said flower. Is flower too much for you?
That's a bit G rated, but hey, you
Okay.
just keep it
I'm
keep it PG-13. Put it like that.
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it um a goal. How it's about a goal? Do you know what a goal is?
A goal. The only goal I know is the one from soccer. Goal.
No, no, no. Okay, so a goal is a type of sweet. So it's sweet, but you have to call it a swole. A swole. That's a pretty way of saying it. Okay, if you call it a swole, do you understand? No.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Okay. So if you looked at my pretty swole, would you? How would you say, as a potential husband, what would you say about my pretty swole?
What would I say about it? I would say it's the
Yeah.
most well, assuming that it's, we've gone out, we've known each other. You don't get around like that. You don't be out here messing around with different men. I'm gonna say it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Probably the purest.
The, can you say the pure swole?
Yes, the purest swole.
Well, thank you. I, I, I'll be honest. Me and my swole be kind of blushing right now.
Okay.
I'm
Wow.
getting a little
I'm
bit.
flattered,
A little,
honestly.
I keep forgetting I'm on a public phone call. It's getting a little bit tighter than it should be. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Well, by the way, if anybody that want to come up, the link is in the description. Feel free to come up and speak your piece. Why men
Okay.
shouldn't date single mothers. Oh, I'm just putting the word out.
Yeah. Please come up. Two up, two down. That'd be great. Iron Burns.
He said, if she ain't out of the Waltons, that beaver ain't shade. Wow, you know this guy.
No, I don't, but I don't appreciate him telling me I'm not been shaved. I shaved last year, okay?
You better tell him.
That
Because I don't want
don't
to. I don't want to look like a safari jungle down there. That's not cool.
listen. I ain't asking you to be fucking Christopher Columbus to come up in this. I'm asking you, okay? You ain't a little man walking with a little compass. You got to be a big man, okay? Come with what you got. I hope you got a sword. Chop down those trees. Come up, two up, two down. I do. I think I know you. I think I've spoken to you before. I think he's a little bit jealous, to be honest, because I'm
Two
so.
up, two down. Feel free to come on the panel if you want to speak to us.
Come up,
Panel's
come
open,
up if
buddy.
you have
Feel free to
something
come
to
up.
say. I promise you, you're gonna end up marrying us. You will marry us on this live stream. I promise you.
I never had an online wife before. I generally don't do long distance relationships, but
I I ain't. Well, what state are you in? How far away is long
I'm in
distance?
Illinois.
I don't know. You do know that we're not allowed maps in my religion, my mama's religion.
We're not allowed what?
Maps,
Maps.
maps. So I have seen them. I have seen them, but they are completely out of bounds at home. So I'm not as familiar with other people. You know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. What you mean by maps?
As in a map of the country, we were taught when
Oh,
we
a
were young.
map. Okay,
A
that's what I
map.
thought you said. Map. Okay, MAP map. Okay.
Are you trying to make me out to be stupid? Are you? Are you?
No, I'm not
I'm
trying to make
sorry.
that look
Oh, you
stupid.
can
That's my
go. I feel you're making me feel a bit stupid now. I'm trying to bare my soul here and you know say what I want to say, and I
no.
just
It was just a misunderstanding. My bad. My bad.
don't. Okay, well I have people. I think I know who Hannah's is. Of course, I think I do. I think he's a nice fella, but he's sort of he's only
You're kind of going in and out there.
missing the acorns, if you know what I. Do you? What is that any better?
No, I'm saying you're kind of going in and out.
Hello?
I can hear you now. There you go. That's better.
Oh, hello.
I can hear you now.
I had to turn my oxygen machine off just to talk to you.
Oxygen machine? What you having? It's a sickness?
You could call it a sickness. Yeah.
Damn, sorry to hear that. What happened? If you don't mind sharing.
Well, everything happened in my body, but my 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 step puppy, he took a dislike to me when I was a baby, and he stabbed me in the back. It punctured a lung, so now they keep it inflated. Have you seen the machines that blow up balloons at parties? It
Oh
looks
yeah, those things. Yeah, that make helium.
look
Yes, I've seen them.
yeah, yeah, a helium machine. It looks kinda like that, but it's not that. It gives me oxygen into my I can't deal with one lung, but of course I can't do fellatio. I could not be a wife. I could not give blowjobs, etc. So if I want to be conducive to be a wife at this age, then I need to use my oxygen machine. Okay, but I don't have to use it all the time. I don't have to use it on trips out. I just use it at home.
Oh man, sorry to hear that. Why were you stabbed in your back? What happened? Was it an accident?
No, my stepdad, he decided when my mama was asleep, he was gonna wear her clothes. He wore 5-inch heels. My mama's favorite. She was real short. She was 4'10". 4'10", she was real short, okay? And he wore her heels. He was a big man. He was real big, real heavy. He was 240 pounds. So, um, one day I was asleep on my bedroom floor. I had a big, tall body length mirror. He went to walk on it. I was asleep on the floor because it was so damn hot. We didn't have air conditioning. He walked on my back. He punctured my lung. You know, that's about it. So I don't. It was an accident, but it was circumstantial, and it was sad. I didn't want to be the cause of all that bother, but you know, he got 6 years for that.
How old were you when this happened?
I was 4.
Oh, and he stepped on your back by accident.
Yeah, we're my mama's biggest heels, though. It was
Wearing your mother's
oh,
heels. Why was he doing that?
he liked to dress up apparently, but
What
um,
the hell kind of? Oh my! I don't judge anybody, but that's crazy.
well, I it's sort of everybody likes this LGBTQ shit, but you
Oh
know,
yeah, that.
hang on, hold on. What about the babies? I was a baby. I was injured by this rainbow shit, you know? It does hurt people. What about all these men dressing as women, stamping on babies?
Wow. That doesn't happen often, but you do see men, dressing like women. I saw a guy at the airport a few months back had a full dress on. I'm like, oh my lord.
And what did you do?
I didn't say anything. I just walked on by. I'm like, oh man.
Walk on by. Do, 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 do. Walk
Oh my.
on by.
But that's what the world's coming to. They're trying to feminize men.
Let be. Walk on by. Do, 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 do.
Okay, X said, did y'all papa see the doctor
No,
for that? Did you see the doctor
no.
for that?
Oh my gosh, I cannot tell you. My mama was so sad. And do you know, after I had surgery and my lung collapsed and I could barely breathe, I was in intensive care. Do you know my mama cried and she cried and she cried? And do you know the first thing she asked that doctor? Do you know?
What?
Where was her heel? She had one heel at home. She asked about that heel. I swear, I swear to you, she never loved me like she loved those heels. So do you know what I did? I know this is this is the most terrible thing I'm ever gonna admit. Ever. And I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting I'm on an internet call, but honestly, while we're resonating, you know, I want to keep the flow going if that's okay with you.
It's all right.
Um,
What did you do after that? I mean, I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm just saying.
I just I I took that heel that was dragged out of my bag, okay, from my stepfather, my mama's heel, my mama's shoe, and there was a lady in the next bed. She had the curtain, drawn around her. She was comatose, okay? She was gone. The nurses would say, "Hello, hello. Hey, Mary. Hey, how are you doing?" Nothing. Nothing. No interaction. She was drugged up. She was gone. I shoved that heel right up so hard up Mary's ass, it will never be found. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
No,
did.
it's all right. It's all right. AJ
I'm
Smith
sorry.
says, hello, I'm a cat, a ginger cat.
Oh,
Wow.
you do know. I just learned today. If somebody in the UK says GAY, it means ginger. It means it's a ginger cat. So I was looking up buying a ginger cat, and it says GAY. I said, I don't want no homosexual cat. Guess what? It is not a homosexual at all. You cannot get a homosexual cat. Oh my gosh, I was tripping. I was tripping. No, a GAY cat means ginger alley yardy cat. And yardy means a sort of London cat. It's a type of cat, man. It's a type of cat. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I never knew that. I knew there are different species of cats. The most I
Yeah,
know is the bobcat, but I never seen that kind of cat, or have I? Maybe I did. I just didn't
yeah.
know it was a ginger
No,
cat. Who knows?
you see the picture? That's a gay cat. It's ginger. It's London. It has the glasses on. People in London like to put these stupid little glasses on them, like it's Halloween. So that's a gay cat. AJ Smith, big up the gay cats. Big up. See? Can you see? I don't know if you can. Can you bring that up closer? Yeah, a smelly brown Willie. That's the name of its father. It's a great, yeah, it's a well-known breed. You're a smelly brown Willie, great. You're an expensive cat. It's a gay cat with an expensive brown willy. Okay. Sorry, smelly brown willy. I don't want to seem to monetize you, but you've got good breeding. So you're a cat breeder then, AJ? Yeah? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was enjoying my conversation with you. Anyhow, are you there?
Now I was saying keep it at a minimal because YouTube be full of shit sometimes. So keep that word at a. Don't use that word too much.
Which word? Sorry. Which
The
word?
G
Do you want
word.
which word? Sorry.
I was on
Which
another
word?
panel. They said don't use that word because YouTube is sensitive about it. So
I'm sorry. Which word? You're gonna have to let me know.
the
Just
G
say
word,
one.
GAY. Instead, just say G Hay
No,
or
no,
something.
no, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Gay means happy. To be gay means happy. That is in the English dictionary. Okay? So there ain't no getting around it. If you are a
But yeah,
gay
but
cat,
who knows which definition you're gonna go by? That's the only
there
thing.
is no definition. The definition, there are two, and you can argue the toss, okay? A gay cat, okay, he has stipulated it's a homosexual cat, okay. I do not stand for homosexual cats. I'm sorry.
A
I'm
homosexual cat. Okay.
sorry.
Okay. Like I said, just be careful with that word. I don't want to get my stream shut down. So
No, no, of course not. Well, I have enjoyed talking to you, but I would, I don't know if you
you
want
don't.
to, if you would like to exchange some personal numbers backstage, or perhaps an email address. I don't know. If you would like to speak to me one on one, Susan.
I
It's,
mean, don't
I
you live? Don't you live in some other state?
Yes, you live in Illinois, you said. Is that too far for you? Have you never
I
traveled
mean, where do you?
outside
I
the
mean,
state?
where do you live at? Honestly, where do you live at?
I told you originally I lived in Alabama. I'm a military brat. I've lived in Germany. I've lived in Ukraine. I have lived in Poland, mostly Eastern Germany. My daddy was outposted in, but I did do a stint in London. It was not very nice. I would never like to go back there. I've also been outposted in the Caribbean. I do not wish to say where because I was always told not to. Um,
Wow, you done been around the block and back. You
I,
done been
I was
everywhere.
no, I was never settled at one school, but either way, it's something we can talk about in private. I mean, it's up to you. Perhaps I can catch you another live stream. I just thought perhaps a message in between us two would not go amiss.
Well, we'll have to
Thank
see about that. I mean, where do you live at now? Where are you currently residing at?
Oh, okay. I'm comfortable with saying you want me to say the state or the
Yeah,
area.
just the state.
Oh, I'm in Texas. I'm in Texas at the moment.
Oh, you're in Texas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, pretty hot out there
It-
this time of the year, ain't it?
Oh, absolutely freaking ridiculous. Ridiculous. I
You know
had
what?
to. I have a
What?
pet rabbit. I honestly, I it. I She died. She died of old age. I came back from a trip. Somebody forgot to give her water, so she died of old age. I soaked her in the bathtub because she was getting hard. I used her to cool me down. I had to. I was so hot. The air conditioning was not working. Oh my God.
Oh, okay, okay. And you know what? I'm gonna say about two and a half months ago, I was in Dallas. I was in Dallas, Texas, for job training. My God, it was hot out there. Whew.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I had fun. Don't get me wrong. It was fun out there, but Dallas, oh my God, is it hot out there? My Lord.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have somebody in your chat I don't I don't really like. I've come across her before and I just
Host has,
don't like.
he said this host has to date her. Think she's hot. If I saw what you look like. Oh, this is Zara B. You know
I
her?
don't I no, no, in fact, no, I got it wrong. I got it wrong. I got it wrong. I got the name wrong. I just checked. Different name. I'm so sorry. Zora, Zora, I am so sorry. I did not mean to label you. It was somebody called Laura. Laura, not Zora. Laura.
Okay.
Did
I
you
think I
know
remember Zara. Oh,
this woman pissed in a carrier bag on a live stream?
she did what?
She pissed. She dropped her drawers, dropped her skirt, dropped her drawers on a live stream and pissed in a carrier bag. In a shopping bag. She did this.
Wow. Who does that? Did her stream get taken down because of that nonsense?
Now, tell me, she should be down to damnation. Tell me she should burn in hell. A woman, a child of mine, a child of mine, a woman, a lady doing that on screen, on camera, dropping her drawers and having fecal matter come out of her stupid little hole. Tell me she should burn in hell. Burn in hell. Are you with me?
Okay.
Are you with me?
Maybe.
I'm so. If we had a daughter, she defecated in a bag, in a jumping bag.
Okay,
She,
if my child had to witness something like that, oh God, it's a done deal. We got to put what they call them little child protective services things on these YouTube streams. I know some people do that.
you would be okay with a child of ours having a shit in a shopping cart. Yeah.
Hell no, I'm not okay with that. Why would I be okay with that? Nuh-uh.
So tell me that Laura, for having a piss in a bag, getting her lady bits out, tell me she is not going to hell. Where is she going? Is she going to heaven or to hell? In your mind.
She might go to the underworld, but then again, I doubt either side will claim her. She's that damn dirty.
She ain't getting claimed by Baphomet. Is that what you're saying? Yep.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay,
Even
okay, hold on a
the
second.
devil,
I got to hold
the
on a second. I got a
devil.
bunch of people in the chat. Well, we saw AJ Smith. Shout out to
Okay.
Zara. By the way, Zara, if you come on my panel, be respectful. Don't be talking no bullshit like you be on Mona's panel, okay? You in
Zara,
my
if
house.
you want to be on this panel, you gotta be respectful. Do you understand? This is my future husband. I'm gonna protect him. Understand that?
You come up here, Zara. Don't be talking no bullshit, okay? Keep
No bullshit,
everything, but
Zara.
I'm gonna say
No
the
bullshit.
PG-13 rating.
No bullshit, Zara. Who's this
Shout out to
madman?
Ministry of Madness. AJ Bump.
Ministry? Oh,
I was
I think
bumping the
I serve
button.
in your church. Ministry? Ministry? Oh no, not of not of madness. I got that wrong. Ministry, ministry. Oh, okay, okay. What where district are you from?
I
He's
have
a
no
ministry
idea. I think he be on Mona's panel. That's
Okay, is
okay.
he not your friend? Not your friend? He seems
No, I don't
friendly
know him
enough.
like that. Yeah, y'all love y'all some Mona. I've been on Mona's panel before. Yeah, she's crazy.
Who's Mona?
Miss Mona from the UK. Well, maybe you don't know her.
Mm-mm. So I'm not. How many women do you talk to on here?
I just don't talk to any women on here. I just be on panels talking about whatever topic that they're talking about. That's just the way I roll. But anyways,
So
guys, if y'all want to come up and speak your piece on this topic, link is in the description. Link is right there.
I'm I'm gonna be straight with you. I don't think you're being straight with me. You talk on topics. You said, "Oh, they're from Miss Mona's panel," but you don't really know who Miss Mona is. Do you think I is born yesterday, boy?
No, girl.
So don't you talk to me like I is, okay? Okay.
All right, my girl. Boy, you got a mouth on you, and I love it.
I I take you if I will take you seriously as a man, speak to me directly. Say I have spoken to this hoe, but if you and I are serious, I will not. As yet we are not serious, so you have no reason to lie. Do not lie to me. Do you understand?
Of course, I understand.
So I will
Her,
ask you again. Who is Miss Mona?
she's a content creator from the UK. That's all I know, honestly.
How many times have you spoke to this darn woman?
How many panels of Miss Mona have I been on? I want to
Yeah.
say three of them at least.
And
Crazy
at
behavior.
most,
Okay,
and at most, three at least, and at most.
that's it. Just three.
So you're saying you've only been on three panels with this woman? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, she's been streaming for a while, but I just recently started going on her panel. Just recently.
Oh, you're putting your link out for somebody to save you. If anybody on here knows different, please come up and tell me why my husband is lying to me. Okay?
Whoa, husband. Whoa, hold on a second, my lady. I like you too, but come on, you're jumping the gun a little bit. Let's get to know each other first. Off of this stream, please. Hmm.
I, I said my future husband. Don't put words in my mouth, silly Billy.
Okay. If I could see a picture of you, that would make things like you got a YouTube channel, right?
Oh, of course I do.
Well, I'll look at your YouTube channel a little later on in the night, and maybe we can work something out.
Okay. It's mostly me working out. But
Hey, I'll work out too.
before I started taking the hormones, I looked a little bit more masculine. Now I have a
Hormones? What do you mean hormones?
the hormones, the hormones for somebody my age.
What kind of hormones exactly?
Vitamin C.
Vitamin C?
Yes,
Oh, okay. You said somebody your age. You mind sharing your age if you don't mind?
28.
Oh, okay. 28. Oh, okay. You young.
At 23, you become nutrient deficient. It's what you have to do if you look after your health properly. Do you not know this?
I had no idea. I maintained my
Mm.
health throughout my life, but I never knew that little aspect of it.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna let you off. You said a few suspect things. I thought you were gay at a few points.
Hold on. When did I ever say that? And first of all, be careful with that word. Second of all, I never said that. I love women and women only.
There is
So,
nothing wrong with saying the word gay on the internet, on YouTube. I say
well,
the
the
word
panel, these
gay
YouTube street.
means happy. Gay means happy. Are you not gay? Tell me that you're gay every day.
No, I'm not.
You're not gay every day.
No,
So
I'm
you're
happy, but
the
I'm not. No. I'm not gonna walk into
happy
that.
is gay. You're taking the power away. The original meaning of gay is happy. Now, if you choose to use it in this disgusting new use of the word, I refuse to use it as that. I use it as the original.
The original, you say. Okay. I
I'm not
understand.
gay. I'm not gay with you. I'm not gay with you.
You're not happy with me?
Exactly. You understood. You see?
Oh. Well, when you use it like that, but still, because you two
Are
don't
you?
know how you, well, you just explain what your
Neither does.
definition was. When was they
Neither
going to let that
does.
slide tonight?
It's not my definition. It's the English dictionary's definition, okay? There ain't nothing they can do. They cannot strike you for using the word gay. I'm very gay to tell you. Are you gay with me?
Oh,
Are
God.
you are you gay with me?
I'm happy that I'm talking to you.
Are you gay that you're talking to me?
Oh, God. Okay, okay, that's enough. Okay. But if you want to stick around a little long, I got some videos to show you. Okay, she dropped herself off. Well, that was something. Well, I told her not to use that word too many times, but she dropped herself off. Whatever, it is what it is. If you want to come back up, that's fine, Kendra, but just be careful with that damn word. I don't want to get my stream taken down, okay? Ugh, I'm getting too old for this shit. But anyways, for those of y'all that's still in the panel, I got a video to show y'all, but give me a little time to get set up here. Hold on. And like I said, folks, the link is in the description below. Feel free to come up and give your 2 cents on the first topic. Why men don't date single mothers. Now I'm going to show y'all some videos. I'm going to give my 2 cents on said videos. And feel free to chime in the comments if you want to. And I don't know where the hell Kendra done went off to, but she'll probably be back. I refuse to use that word in reference to being happy. I don't know. It just felt like a trap. You want to walk in and say that kind of word? No, I'm happy, but I'm not finna use the other word. I'm not finna use I'm finna say galay for the sake of YouTube, but they full of shit with their censorship. So that's just the way that goes, my girl. That's just the way that goes. If you want to come back up, feel free to do so. If not, hey, it's on you. But the show must go on. Show your boys some support. Like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get into our first video here. Then make sure this camera is set properly. Ah, here we go. Okay, now the title of this video says, men are saying no to single mothers. Single mothers are in tears because of this, whatever, I don't know. Shout out to the latest Juice for giving me this video, for putting up, I'm sorry, giving me this video, putting this video up. Okay, it says men are saying no to single mothers. Single mothers are in tears because of this. Okay, shout out to the latest Juice for making this video. Let's see what he has to say. Subscribe to his channel if you want to. He makes great content, so let's see what he has to say on this whole thing. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, as usual, wait, hold on a second. I'm turn the volume up. Okay, the volume's up. Fair use, my people. Fair use.
Oh my God, why are you single? You're too pretty to be single. Why are you single? I'm single because I have 5 kids.
Wow. Okay, hold on a second. He said, Kendra just messaged me. She said she'll be back. She got upset you weren't gay for her. Well, Zara, I'm not using that word. I'm happy with your friend Kendra, but I'm not finna use that word, okay? I'll use something else. I mean, we all, you know how YouTube is, by the way. You know how YouTube be acting. You know damn well how YouTube be acting. We can't use certain words, otherwise my stream will be taken down. You can at least respect the stream. You talk all that bullshit on Mona's panel, so you come on my panel, hit the link if you want to, but don't come on my panel talking no bullshit, okay? Let's have conversations like decent, respectable human beings, and let's talk about this situation, okay? Now, this woman said, oh boy, she has 5 kids. Wow. She's single because she still has 5 kids. You know what I say to that? Right. The price ain't right. Oh, man. Okay, let's hear some more. Hold on a minute. I think you're going to have an interest. He said, taking your rights back says, I think you're going to have an interesting stream, to be honest. Yes, it's going to be an interesting stream. Once again, you want to hit the link and come on up here. Let's talk about it. And Kendra, I didn't mean to offend you. I'm not using that specific word for the sake of YouTube, okay? If you're offended, I can't do nothing about that. But just understand we have to be respectful on these panels, all right? All right. Let's get back into it. All right, fair use.
I've just come to the conclusion. I'm done being single. Stepdaddy applications now being accepted from anyone.
If you text back, okay, sounds good. Got to thinking about it, and I'm not trying to fuck with a single mom anyways. Glad I dodged that bullet. It sounds like a show.
The loneliness of being a single mom hurts. It's been over a year since I've been intimate with anyone. And for someone who had been in relationships for 10 straight years, that's a really weird feeling. I'm at the point now where I don't even remember what it's like to kiss someone. Now that my daughter and I are a package deal, I have to be...
You hear that? Package deal. Ain't that some shit? A package deal.
extra selective of any dude I choose to bring into my life.
Hit the link and come up if you want to, by the way. It's right there in the description. This is going to be an interesting show, and I want y'all to bring some flair. Okay? And yes, Zara, you're included too, but be respectful on my panel. I don't want to hear any bullshit about my mother or anybody from my family. If you can understand that, then you can come up, okay? Fuck the bullshit. Fair use, fair use.
From this point forwards, because it's going to affect her too. It's just a lot sometimes. But loneliness is a lot. And
how many kids does a female have to have for you not to be interested in her?
Well, I can answer that. Any more than 2 is a no-go for me. But let's hear what he has to say.
1. For real, like 1. 1, 2, and that shit is dub.
2 or 3, no, that bitch gotta get left alone here. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Once you hit 3, it's over. Like 2 is already pushing it. 3.
There you go. One guy said 1 child. Okay, fair enough. Some people prefer with no kids. I say I have a 1 kid limit. So you got 1 child, that's not so bad, but come on. 3, 4, after 2 is like, no. I can't deal with no single mother. Sorry.
Okay, so there's a guy that keeps asking if he can take me out to dinner. So I said, look, if I can get a free night this weekend or this week, let's go. So I just sent him a text and said, hey, look, my week's looking kind of crazy. I'm going to have to go grocery shopping at some point. I'm going to have to start homeschooling the older 2 due to distance learning. I still have to take the baby to preschool and pick her up from preschool. That's not mentioning laundry and dishes and vacuuming and dusting and cleaning bathrooms and still going to work in the afternoon. And on top of that, we have a storm rolling in. So I said, I'm going to have to go get the wood splitter from my ex so I can get some wood down to the house because it's my only source of heat. I gotta get some wood stacked. He texts back, okay, sounds good. Got to thinking about it, and I'm not trying to fuck with a single mom anyways. Glad I dodged that bullet. It sounds like a good show.
Dating single mothers right now is like seeing a trap right there in front of you and blindly walking into it.
Fair enough.
Watch her talk about all the things she has to do, and then imagine yourself dating her and getting all those burdens dropped on you.
Absolutely. And like I mentioned earlier, you're basically second best to her baby daddy or baby daddies, whoever they may be.
The rate of single mothers keeps increasing day by day, and I will tell you just the reason for that. I know if you ask any woman this, she's probably going to disagree, but I tell you, one of the leading reasons why single mothers are numerous right now is because of the increased promiscuity everywhere.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Ever since sexual liberation came about, women have been stepping up to the mount, being sexually active with damn near every guy that they meet. That's the primary reason why. So they want to push this agenda for women to be sexually promiscuous, almost more promiscuous than a man. And at the same time, tell them that, hey, it's okay. You can be a single mother, raise a child by yourself. Husbands aren't necessary. Fathers aren't necessary. Ugh, it's a real shit show out here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I understand that some people might be in relationships while having kids with each other, but at the same time, you got to be responsible and respectful to your body. I would much rather a dating couple have a kid together than to see just two horny ass people have a kid out of a one night stand. A lot of our women today were born out of one night stand. You have a one night fling with a guy, now you're pregnant with his baby. And going back to what I said about the paternity fraud thing, you want your current boyfriend is to take care of another man's child. That's just bullshit. We can't be doing that anymore. We can't be doing that. But anyways, fair use, fair use.
You will see just one American woman with 4 to 5 baby daddies, and all that just makes everything more complicated for them. For the others who divorced, they thought that the type of men who were flocking around them years ago before they married will still come around again if they divorce their husbands. Then they realize that men have spotted this red flag and are now saying no to these single mothers. I mean, walk with me through the thought process. A single mom, burden of bringing up kids that are not yours, massive resentment, massive risk of false accusations. You just wake up any day to conversations like, "You're not my real dad. I don't have to do what you say."
And you know what? It's funny he mentioned that, because that's my biggest gripe with trying to deal with single mothers. Because I was watching a segment on Steve Harvey, and he was saying this woman said that she wants a man to, be head of the household, but he can help she looking for a man that's gonna help her kids with homework, cook for them, do all this kind of man stuff for them, but he is not allowed to discipline them, not without her permission. So you want this man to be head of the household, but he needs your permission to discipline your children? How much fucking sense does that make? Seriously. So it kind of goes hand in hand with this whole "you're not my real dad" narrative that the kids are going to throw in your face. Seriously, we don't need that. That's my biggest pet peeve with dealing with single moms. You're not my real father, so you can't tell me what to do. That's something you got to watch out for. He said, "Turbo, you're clearly watching me to be here. Embarrassing." What the hell are you talking about, Zara? Oh, you're talking about take our rights back. You're watching me to be here. Embarrassing. Oh my God. Well, like I told y'all, the link is in the description. So anybody want to come up and give their 2 cents on this video, why men don't date single mothers, feel free to come up. All I ask is you be respectful to the panel and don't use certain words, or use them at a minimal. Use of foul language is acceptable, but use it at a minimal. Don't be using them excessively. Otherwise, I'll be forced to drop you. Okay. All right. Fair use. Fair use.
I don't want to live here anymore. I want to see my real dad. And of course, these women prioritize their kids over any man. So boom, she decides to leave your house, to leave you. The funny part, if you take you to court, you could end up paying alimony and also child support for kids that are not even yours. In summary, what I am trying to say here is, you will get to shoulder.
Hold on a second. So I said, take our rights back as a KKK member. You should block him. He trolls black people. Seriously? Zara, with all the bullshit you've been talking, how the hell am I supposed to believe anything you tell me up to this point? I'll keep that warning under advisement, but I'm not going to just believe you right away, okay? Until you come on my panel, let's have a man to woman talk, and let's talk like decent, respectable people, okay? And then I'll determine whether or not you can be trusted. All right, Zara? Whatever. Come on. All right, fair use, fair use.
The entire responsibility, but you will have no authority over their discipline. When single mothers say things like, I have to be selective of who I let into my life and my kids' life now, it is very delusional. If you cared that much for your kids, maybe you should have stayed with the husband you just left. Now,
right.
When these women say selective, they believe their value is still high and they look only at high value men.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, when you have kids or whatever, you don't have as much value compared to a woman that doesn't have kids. That's something that they need to understand right there. They don't have the same value as, men, as women that don't have children. So all that stuff about I gotta be selective and all that kind of stuff. You should have been selective before you got pregnant. You should have chosen that guy wisely. That's all I'm saying. Sheesh. Oh, welcome back, Kendra. Have we calmed down?
Hey, I'm sorry. I just got a message from my friend. I know she perhaps is not a friend of yours, but somebody that trolls me, he trolls black people, he calls us interesting. Instead of saying the N word, he has changed it for the purposes of YouTube to interesting. So if he says, and I believe the message I got, he said, I believe this live is going to be interesting. He's saying it's going to be an N-word live. He's trolling you. You need to block that man.
And
He
who are
is
we
not.
talking about here? I saw that message earlier. He said it's
Yeah,
gonna be an interesting live, to be honest.
You're
You're
yeah,
talking about
an
take
interesting.
our rights back?
Yeah, swap interesting for the N-word. That's him. That's him.
This guy?
That's the one. That's exactly the one. That's him.
I think you're gonna have an interesting stream, to be honest. I mean, it
So
seemed genuine.
he's saying you're going to have nigga stream. That's exactly what he's saying.
That's what he's talking about. Oh my
He,
God.
he is trolling you. He is the worst of the worst. He is known for it all over.
Well, if he's that much of a troll, let this man come on. Well, because I'm an open-minded person, let's let this guy come on a panel, speak his piece, and if he's talking nonsense, he's gone. I guess
I'm sorry, honey. I can't hang around. I've had too much. I have had too much. My papa was dying, and he said, "Oh, another interesting person did." No, and he laughed. He laughed as my papa was taking his last breath. I can't take this. I can't be here. I'm sorry.
You sure about that?
I'm sure. I'm sure. Okay. I'm sorry. Because I feel like I've lost something that could have been something, but, you know,
Wait. Say that again.
I feel like I've lost something that could have been something. But if you're not willing to listen to me when I know what I know, I
Okay.
know what I
Well, you said it. Zara. Wait. If it makes you feel any better, you said it. Zara said it. Well, I blocked him just in case, because now I got
thank
two people that's saying the same thing.
thank you. That means an awful lot to me, honey. Thank you. An awful lot.
Okay. Because
And
yeah, this Zara woman was saying the same thing. Talking about, look at this. Take it right back as a KKK, but we should block him. He be trolling people, black people. Oh God.
I'll be honest. Zara is my friend. She is not. People take her the wrong way, but Zara brings in numbers for you. She brings the people. Okay. So if Zara likes you, you better keep her that way, honey. Okay. She is a good friend to have, and she is loyal as they come. Loyal as a lollipop.
You sure about that?
I'm positive. I'm positive. I know this from experience. I have been on this internet for 9 years plus. Okay.
Yeah, I have to.
Well,
I
there
was
you
on
go.
YouTube. This moniker I created for the string, I created that back in 2016. But I've been a YouTube advocate user of YouTube probably since 2006. Well, that's a
Well,
long
there
time.
you go. It's a long time. It's nearly 20 years, honey.
Damn, man, I'm getting old.
No, you as old as the woman that you're feeling.
Say what?
You're as old as the woman that you're feeling.
I'm as old as the woman I'm feeling.
That's right.
So I'm talking to a 28-year-old. I guess I should feel like I'm 28 again, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Damn, that was 11 for me 11 years ago. I got about a decade on you.
No, that's about right between a woman and a man, in my eyes.
Yeah, I didn't say there's anything wrong with it. I'm just stating a fact.
Look back in the day, your grandma and your grandpa, look at the age difference. That is normal, okay? Men
Yeah, that's
emotionally
true.
mature later. They sow their oats. When they want to settle down, they're in their 30s. They're able to make babies, but from whatever age up until they are 50, 50 plus. Women stop around mid 30s. That 15-year age gap, that's a natural age gap, okay?
Yeah, well, if you say so.
It's how I feel. How my grandmama felt. She was 15 when she married my grandpappy at 31.
15?
She was 15. He was 31. They stayed married for 40 years
Oh, wait,
before
hold
my
on a minute.
grandpappy came.
You said your grandma was 15 years old,
Yep.
still in high school. Seriously?
She wasn't in school at that time. You left school at 15, 14, 15. And when you left school, you either decided to go to secretarial if you was clever enough, if you was rich enough. Most people left and worked on their family farm. She was lucky enough to marry my grandpa.
Okay. Now, what part of the world was this in? Because I know we're out here in America. That's not cool.
Caribbean,
The where?
Caribbean.
In the Caribbeans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. The age of consent differs from country to country, but still, that's just crazy.
Consent was 14. Marriage was 15.
You said the
It's
age of consent was 15?
14.
14.
Marriage was 15.
Oh, okay.
But they were still married for 42 years. It didn't take nothing
Wow.
away. 42 years.
Yeah, ain't that about something?
So
But anyways, glad you're back up here. I got a video for you to see. I don't know if you saw the beginning part of it, but they're talking about men saying no to single moms are in tears because of this.
I did. I did. My battery is going, but I can watch on my TV. I can't see the chat, but I can watch. When my battery goes, I come back up, okay?
Say what now?
My battery on my phone,
Oh, your battery is what it died out? It's dying down?
it is. Every time it hits 3%, I turn it on, it's gonna die again. I have to wait till at least 10, 15.
Okay, well, I don't need your phone dying down. That's the thing about these
Okay,
live streams. They drain your phone so quickly.
they do. It's StreamYard. StreamYard kills my phone, so I need to get up on off of here. But I will charge it when I'm on 10-15%. I'll be watching, bird watching. But
Okay.
when it's back up, I come back up. Okay, if that's okay with you, honey.
It's not a problem. I'll be live for another hour or so. I got a lot to talk about for this stream. So take your
Okay,
time. Take your time.
okay. I like your way. I do. I like your way.
Okay.
I'm so glad that I met you, and thank you so much because I cannot be in a stream with that troll.
I understand. And like I
Thank you.
said, Zara,
I can't.
even Zara said he was a troll, but I didn't believe her right away because of our because she talks a lot of BS. But now that you didn't say something, okay, now I believe it's two against one now, so she can't be lying.
Okay, well, I would take Zara sees a lot of jokes, but if Zara says somebody is bad, they is bad. They is bad. She likes the trolls. She does not like the mean ones, the racist ones, the nasty ones. Okay,
Okay.
but if they just joking, she okay with them. But no, in my opinion, I've been friends with her for 3 years now. Ask Miss Mona. Miss Mona been friends with her about a year, she said, and she always friends with Miss Mona, sends her super chats, things like that. So yeah.
I thought you didn't know Miss Mona.
She said she don't know her because she ain't friends, offline.
No, I meant you didn't know her.
She told it's on her page. I don't know Miss Mona, but she has told me many times to go over. I just never have. I go where
Oh,
I want to go. So,
I see.
but she said I'm friends with her for a year. She's a nice woman. I just have never been over. Should I go over? Are you friends?
Yeah, Miss Mona. Well,
I don't.
just just
I
just
don't.
just be ready. Just be ready for Miss Mona's craziness, okay?
I don't like you're friends with so many women.
I don't have a lot of women friends. I mean, what's
But
wrong
that's
with that?
okay. It's okay. It's okay. You can be friends. Maybe you know better how to treat a woman, but if that impacts on our life, then no, that's not cool. But for you to have friends, you can be friends with whoever you want to be, as long as they respect you and I.
Okay, makes sense. Not
You're
like I'm gonna
tired.
meet these people up close. Not like I'm actually meet these people up close.
I want to meet you up close. Up close is how it's meant to be between a man and a woman.
Oh my. I mean, do you have any other social medias like out of besides a YouTube page, like Facebook or something?
I don't like social media. I believe it rots the brain, so I don't. I like to
It's
read my Bible. I like to I like to work out. I like to read my Bible. I like to read books, poetry. But if you need me to have it, I can have it. I don't appreciate it in my life. Do you have much social media?
Do I have? No, I don't. Just YouTube and Facebook.
Okay, I don't do Facebook, but that sometimes we have our reasons. We have family far away, you know.
Yep, that's the reason.
Okay. So see, there were always reasons I don't do it, but That's good to hear. You don't go on unnecessary social media. So, if if you would be okay, would you share your Facebook? Mind you, I don't think I can get on it if I don't have one anyway. So there is no point.
Yeah, there's no point. No.
Okay. Okay.
But
Well, either
subscribe to my wait. But feel free to subscribe to my channel.
of course I've subscribed, silly Billy.
Okay. We're past that marker. But let me
Okay, so I'm going to charge up and let you watch your video, okay? And I'll be back if you're still up here. Half an hour, 3/4, okay?
all right, take your time, take your time.
Thank you. Okay, I'll see you soon, honey.
Thank you. I'll see you soon. Now let's see. Yeah, well, it should be back, hopefully. Anyways, fair use.
Men who are definitely not interested in them at all, then they remain single for a long time. When picking the man they are with before children, when picking the father of their children, they were not selective, but now, after having, they want to be selective about it. Funny, right?
Yeah, you want to be selective after you done popped out 2 kids. Ain't that about some shit?
Desperation, the loneliness has gotten to a point in single mothers that some of them try to hide the fact that they have kids. They try to keep it a secret for as long as they can. But as always, the secret always comes out. And then, back to their life of loneliness it is. The chads that these single mothers are selectively choosing are not going to take them.
No.
If I were to offer them advice, I will tell them that their best bet out of a life of misery and loneliness is single fathers. But you see...
Exactly. That's what I used to say. My best friend 20 years is a single father. He's currently dealing with a woman that's also a single mother. So that can be done. But some women out here don't want single fathers for whatever reason. But at the same time, they'll shame men who don't have kids. Make up your goddamn mind.
Even single fathers do not want single mothers. Another reason why no man wants to date a single mother is that there's no bigger proof of bad choices in a woman than being a single mother. It shows that she has made some really bad choices, and as a man, you have to look at someone's past before you decide to build a future with them. If you get involved with a single mother who has shown bad judgment on previous occasions, you definitely won't be high on her list of priorities. You will only allow yourself to be used, manipulated, and disturbed by her. It won't take her long to always remind you that you're not the father of her kids anytime you try to correct them. But oh, the kids want to buy something. Who does she come to for money? Definitely not the father of the kids now. The major reason why these single moms are making videos and crying over the internet that men no longer want them is not because they feel unloved. Yes, they are lonely, but they are not looking for love. They are searching for help. They need someone that they can share their burden with. Without this help they desire, many of them fail at parenthood. Then they teach their female children man-hating, misandry. So
not to mention teaching their sons to be a bunch of simps. Yeah.
Valiant men, I say to you, do not get yourself into a mess of women with a proof of bad choices and high body count. There's absolutely no reason for you to decide to settle down with a single mom. It is financially bad. It is mentally draining. It is physically exhausting. I read stories about men who have dated single moms in the park. There was even one of them who said he purposely did it just so he could have an idea what it felt like to date a single mom. And
just so he can have an idea what it felt like to be with a single mom. I wonder how that worked out for him.
Believe me, they all had the same result. Do not date single mothers.
Yep.
It is a pathway to regret. Let them weep. It is the consequences of their own decisions early on in life. Now they will remain lonely, buy cats or dogs, and become old hags. So that will be all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Kindly hit the like and subscribe buttons for me real quick.
Yeah, that's a lot to say. Oh, man. And he ain't lying. That's the big thing about it. You try to date a single mother, you're going to hear bullshit like, oh, you're not my real father, or you're not the child's father. You can't tell my kids what to do. Bullshit like that is almost always going to come up. It's almost always going to come up. So yeah, there's no getting around that, I'm afraid. And once again, anybody that's still in the chat can come up, get the link. Okay, hold on a second. Let me go find my next video. Okay, folks, the stream is not over with. I'll be right back. All right, I'll be right back. As you got to get some out of my kitchen. Hold on. Until I get back, feel free to enjoy this little video. All right, I'm back. Now the next video. First things first. This one is called Single Mother Hitting the Wall. Shout out to Modern Dating here. Modern Dating here. All right, let's see what this guy has to say about this whole single mother thing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, fair use, fair use, fair use.
This video shows the most delusional single mothers. They have no idea about their position on the dating scene, and their demands are unbelievable.
Yep.
What I'm gonna start doing is talk about what I want. And what I want is flowers. And what I want is romance and dates and to be courted. Because even though I pop 4 kids out, I deserve to be fucking courted.
As a
Okay, let's run through that again, because that was just... You want to be courted until you popped out 4 kids. Really? Let's hear that again, folks.
What I want is flowers. And what I want is romance and dates and to be courted. Because even though I pop 4 kids out, I deserve to be fucking courted.
As a single mother, your value...
You pop 4 kids out and you feel like you deserve to be courted. What's my response to that? The price ain't right. The price ain't right. But fair use, fair use.
you as a woman is less than somebody who does not have kids. If you're looking for that long-term relationship, which you said you are, looking for a guy who's like at your age or older, the men who will be looking for what you're looking for aren't looking for you. They're looking. You can have a man.
You're damn right. The men you're looking for ain't looking for you. Damn right.
Who will provide for you. You can have a man who will support you, man who will respect you, man who will make your standard. So don't settle for less only because you're a single mom.
Don't settle for less because you're a single mother. Well, when you're a single mother, you're not going to be, well, like the guy in the other video just said, you're not going to be looked at in the same light when you're a single freaking mother. It just doesn't work that way. You have to wake up to that reality. So, of course, we're going to look at single mothers as differently compared to women who don't have kids. They're not in the same light.
3 kids. You've never been married. You're not a prize. Then I got to think, that's why she don't like Kevin Samuels.
You're damn right. Tell him, security boss.
It was just hot girl summers, you know.
Now we will dive deep on those videos so we can have a better understanding of today's content.
Because I am so...
Here we go again.
I'm not even gonna put that energy out there. What I'm gonna start doing is talk about what I want. And what I want is flowers. And what I want is romance and dates. And to be courted. Because even though I pop 4 kids out, I deserve to be fucking courted.
The price ain't right once again. Oh, boy.
So you know why? Because I'm an ambitious person. You know why? Because I have big goals and I have big dreams. And when I'm out there chasing, hustling, doing my thing, I don't want someone nagging me at home. Where you at? What you doing? Who you with?
Okay, in that fucking case, you don't need a man around like that. Because any man that cares about your damn safety is going to want to know those things. You out there hustling and busting, putting yourself in no telling what kind of dangers out there. But yeah, you still want a man to take you seriously, to take you seriously and lead you around. No, you have to be willing to follow that man's leadership. You have to follow his leadership. You can't be on that stupid shit like, why you're all up in my business? No, don't be nagging me, bullshit like that. That's what you sign up for when you get into a relationship with a traditional man. You say you want that shit, but really you ain't worthy of it. That's the only fucking problem. Continue, fair use.
No, because I'm an ambitious person. You know why? Because I have big goals and I have big dreams. And when I'm out there chasing, hustling, doing my thing, I don't want someone nagging me at home. Where you at? What you doing? Who you with?
That's what men do when they freaking care about you.
No, because I want someone who's confident, that has their own goals, and that we're like that power couple.
You want a power couple? It's a single mother. Blah.
We play just as hard, and we travel, and we do romantic getaways, and we do staycations at a random little Airbnb or a hotel room, and we fucking, remember I'm saying, like, we do it all. And like me, I have a little bit of attitude problems. You know how you take care of that? First of all, I'm 5'8". I'm a tall bitch. So
you're 5'8", okay. I'm fast. I'm 6.5. So you tower over me, baby. I ain't trying to handle your little monk ass.
His height, right? It got me like right there, a little firm, a little low, right? Because.
And now she's telling a man how to handle her. Oh my God! Good luck trying to find a man that's gonna handle your monk ass.
Yeah, if you know, you know. Just got me, you know, calm the fuck down. Like, no, for real, babe, calm the fuck down. It's me and you against the pound.
It's funny to see a single mother doing this type of video.
Right.
What man in his right mind will be willing to deal with a woman like this?
I wouldn't.
I am not sure if she is just acting this way because of the camera or if this is who she is. Why isn't
I'm gonna go with the latter.
She with the father or fathers of her kids? Probably they ran away from her. Now, she is expecting another man to take on the responsibility of Chad. With 4 kids, she is asking for too much. Let's read some comments of this video.
Let's read.
Just because she popped out 4 children doesn't mean they don't deserve to be courted. She screams psychotically into the camera. Yep, it's a total mystery why she doesn't have a man. She also says she doesn't want a man who is wondering where I am,
exactly,
or who I am with, which means if she finds a guy, she expects him to stay home, watch the kids, while she is out at the clubs making another kid with Chad. She has
damn. Woo-hoo, that summed it up. Oh, excuse me, y'all. My bad. So yeah, she wants you to just sit on your ass. She wants you to sit on your ass and let her do whatever the fuck she want to do while she go out and let her do whatever the fuck she want to do while you're at home taking care of the kids.
4 kids is a turn off.
Yes.
They still haven't realized that men of value do not want to deal with them. You are a burden and a liability to a man of value. After 4 kids and learning absolutely nothing about self-improvement, you can pretty much rule out fancy vacations, dinners, shopping, etc. That ship has sunk for you.
You damn right it has.
Woman, I've popped out 4 kids and been run through by a wide assortment of chads, losers, and guys in jail. Same woman, you need to court me, worship me, and support my kids. I'll only sleep with you after I get the ring.
Well, there's a problem with that. If I put a ring on your finger, guess what I'm getting? Used up vagina. I'm getting some fucking used up vagina. Nah, Seriously, who wants a long-term commitment to some vagina that's been pounded up by Chad and Tyrone? And not to mention taking care of that man's kids. Their kids are not even yours, but you want to step up and take care of them. You're like damn fool if that's what you want to do. No. Gotta think logical, people. Gotta think logical. Look at that. You need to worship me and support me in my own sleep, but you after I get a ring. Why would I want to put a ring on? Why would I want to put a ring on your goddamn finger, knowing you got some used up poop tags? Seriously, what the hell? But anyways, fair use.
I lost brain cells at the point when she said 4 kids because she went on that aggressive ass rant just to pop the big baggage right at the end of that statement. Because being accountable was the last thing she wanted to do.
You're right. She didn't hold herself accountable for her fucked up ass decisions, and now look now look at her. It's just crazy. It's freaking crazy, I tell you. Man, oh man.
I demand a traditional man while having 4 kids with 4 men untraditionally.
Oh my God, look at that. I demand a traditional man while having 4 kids by untraditional. Having 4 kids by 4 men untraditionally. Wow.
Meanwhile, elsewhere, traditional man proposes to traditional woman.
Traditional man proposes to a traditional woman. Makes sense to me. That's the way it's supposed to go. Not modern woman being proposed by traditional man. Fuck no.
Meanwhile, elsewhere, traditional man proposes to traditional woman. So she has 4 kids, wants a guy that has money, is tall, wants to be able to sleep around on him, wants him to pay for vacations, and wants him to raise her kids. My friends, she wants a total moron for a partner.
I could have told you that. Damn these ads. Well, until it comes back up, enjoy this. And we are back.
So she has 4 kids, wants a guy that has money, is tall, wants to be able to sleep around on him, wants him to pay for vacations, and wants him to raise her kids. My friends, she wants a total moron for a partner.
As a single mother, your value as a woman is less than somebody who does not have kids. If you're looking for that long-term relationship, which you said you are, looking for a guy who's like at your age or older, the men who will be looking for what you're looking for aren't looking for you. They're looking for women who are much younger than you who do not have kids. Do you understand that?
Well, you seem to think that every woman is exactly the same, but I'm not the same.
They're not the same
kind of person as the woman you're talking about. I don't have an IQ of 100. I'm not a
You don't have an IQ of 100. Then what is your IQ then?
I'm fairly attractive. I don't think I'm going to have an issue. And what I did decide was that I would rather be by myself. My concern wasn't hypergamy. I'm going to go find someone older, wiser, smarter, better, richer, and do that. I just figured, hey, I'll just hunker down and work. At least I'll be happier by myself.
I am not surprised by her response. This is a hard pill to swallow, and I know that most women would have the same reaction. But deep down, they know that by having a child, their value is reduced in comparison to when they didn't have a child.
Correct.
They know that their child will reduce their dating option and the type of man they can get. I am not saying that she will not be able to get a man, because I know that she can still get men, but she probably will not be able to get the same caliber of men she was able to get when she didn't have a child. No man has a dream to build his family with a woman who already has a child from another man.
Correct.
I would like to thank all of you. You guys are the reason I am motivated every day to do more videos for our community. I really appreciate all the likes and comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It will give me more motivation to keep working for our community.
Yeah.
Let's check some comments of this video. I've dated single mothers before, and I can definitely say that I don't recommend it at all. Ungrateful, disrespectful children, used for money, and lowest priority on the importance list. Dealing with the baby daddies is definitely not fun either.
Especially if that baby daddy has personal issues. Just got out of jail, got the loony bin, something, he coming for your ass. You better watch out for that.
Good thing I am staying single, because these single moms are almost the entire 30s dating pool.
I could have told you that too. That's something I said earlier in the stream. A vast majority of women over the age of 30 and some younger are single mothers, already got kids by other men. So that lessens our options. They're there, they exist, but they're not viable options because they're single mothers. So for guys who don't have children, we don't have a lot to choose from. I don't want to date a single mother, but that's all I'm seeing out there. So I have nobody to really choose from.
Guys, the reason why they become unreasonably picker as their value drops off the scale is so
pickier
that they can feel they are rejecting all the men, not all the men rejecting them.
Yeah, they can't take rejection laying down, now can they? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Sorry, girly girl. If you've already got kids from some other man, then why aren't you with him?
Right.
Either he was a Chad or Tyrone and wanted you to have fun with and move on, or you drove him away. Too many of them have an attitude that needs to be put in check, but it's not worth it because they refuse to listen to reason, and whatever you say, they could care less. It's always all about them and taking care of someone else's kids who have long since moved on. Taking on a single mother with kids would be like moving into a condemned building that falling down around you and thinking it can be saved and made new again.
Forget it.
Not going to drain my finances for a sinkhole. Misery loves company. Well, we as men don't need that kind of misery and sure don't need that kind of company.
You're damn right we don't.
I have a millionaire friend. He's got with a woman he's crazy about. She's got 5 kids and a 6'7" a jailbird currently locked up for armed robbery.
A jailbird currently locked up in armed robbery. Oh, God. So she's a baby mama of 5 kids and got an ex-boyfriend currently locked up in jail. Oh, my God almighty.
When this guy gets out, my friend has got problems coming his way. My friend is currently paying her rent, giving her kids money, and paying for anything she wants. You can't talk to him. He is totally in love and sees a whole future mapped out with this woman.
Really? So you're paying for a bunch of kids that ain't yours, paying rent for a house or apartment that doesn't belong to you and never will. All this for a female who sees you as being second to her ex-boyfriend / baby daddy. The price ain't right. The price ain't right. You just can't make this shit up. Oh, God. Well, let's continue.
I am a single father of 2. I am 46 years of age, and there is no way in H would I ever date a single mother. Unlike some women, I have learned my lesson.
Yep. Ugh, these ads.
So people ask often, how should I date if I'm a single mom? So you should date exactly the same way. Like being a mom, it's important part of your life, but being a mom is not your identity. Like you still a woman, and you should still have standard, and you should still date as a woman. So yes, you have kids. That's important, and it's even more important now to focus about when you're dating. You have a chance to find them the good father. You have a chance. You have like a second chance, because first time didn't work out. So now you have a chance to do stuff so you can have a man who will provide for you. You can have a man who will support you, man who will respect you, man who will meet your standard. So don't set
Yeah, but is that woman gonna meet his standard?
for less only because you're single mom. No, it's exactly because you're a single mom. You already know you can do everything without men. You can do everything.
Do everything without a man? I doubt that. You know how many stories I hear women talk about they can't do it on their own. They need help. They want a man. So no, that's bullshit. They can't do it on their own. They're just not telling you that. Fair use.
Everything. You don't need the man, but you want one. You don't need the man, but you want one. Remember.
It's good to have standards, but don't forget that men also have standards. We also have what we like and what we don't like. These women talk about what they want, but they forget that men are the buyers, and men are not jumping or running to wife single mothers. You can keep your standard high and get ready for some cold winter. Let's read the most interesting comments of this video. Single mothers are not looking for love. They are looking for financial assistance.
Yep, a way
Whenever
out.
women around me used to ask, how did you get such a nice man? I would always answer, I was just honest, and we've been together since I was 18.
Okay. You were honest. Okay.
That last sentence always sours them, and they accuse me of restraining myself.
Restraining yourself how?
It isn't my fault I found my perfect match almost immediately. I would tell them it was too late for them to find one now that they're older. And boy, that would cause fireworks.
I'm going to assume this is a single woman that was a single woman that didn't have kids. I'm going to speculate the person that left this comment is a young lady who at the time who does not have children. Because yeah, she was honest and upfront. They've been together since she was 18. I guess she didn't have no kids, and all the hate's coming from these other women who are not in her position.
Once you look past the fact that her kids will never respect you and never treat you like a father, you have to then absorb the fact she's been ran through hundreds of times by someone she no longer respects and that all her good times were spent with someone else. Tread carefully. If dating a single mom, I think men also have to ask about after the kids leave. Once the kids are adult and independent, your utility diminishes. Your long-term value declines, and it's time for her to disengage, take cash and prizes, and tell you that she's sick of you.
Right.
It's like realizing you're a millionaire only after you've blown all your money.
All that money, and look what you did. You blew it on some bullshit.
For a woman to have kids, especially from multiple baby daddies, is like the equivalent of a guy not having a job and living in his parents' basement. So,
wow, that's a bit harsh, but okay. Not having a job, living in your parents' basement, that's a bit harsh, but okay.
If you are wondering why your prospects suck, think about what you would think of a broke loser that lives in his parents' basement. I have made mistakes in my life. However, I never had to give that mistake a first name. Single and enjoying it. Good luck. Yes, basically they friend-zoned you when they were younger, rejected you, and mocked you, all while going for the hot-looking guys and sharing them. Now they want you to be an ATM for them and Chad's kids.
Right.
I will pass on that. I am doing just fine on my own, and I will never forget how they treated me while in their younger years when I was excited and would have done anything for them. Those days are long gone.
I have 3 kids, You've never been married. You're not a prize.
Yeah, right, you're not.
Then I got to thinking, that's why she don't like Kevin Samuels. It was just hot girl summers, you know, when they were hot. And during the summers, they spent their time out going through men. And now they find themselves in a place where nothing is good enough. You know why? Because they've had just about all of it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The delusion is on a different level. I honestly want to believe that she is joking. Single mothers should know their SMV. They should know what position they occupy, and it will help them to have better success when it comes to dating. Most of them still believe that they deserve a certain caliber of men that are far away from their league, but they don't know it because they still live on the delusion of being the prize. As a result, most of them are single. They are going for guys that are no longer interested in them. Now we are going to read the most interesting comments of this video. Women that are the prizes don't get left with children.
Right.
Hot girl summers lead to cold women winters.
Right. Winters are coming, ladies. Winters are coming. By the way, if you're still in the chat, hit the link. Come on up here and speak your piece on this. Hot girl summers lead to cold women winters.
I'm going to be honest. What she is saying is true. I am a black woman and I have 5 kids. I don't regret my kids, but I regret not knowing my worth and went looking for love the wrong way. I am single mom and I have learned my lesson. So I do what I have to do for my kids because they didn't ask to be here. I just wish that someone could have sit down and talked to me when I was younger about my worth and my value. So I would take all of this knowledge from another black woman that I can't teach my only daughter and break generational curse.
Well, at least she's owning up to what she did. Give her credit for at least being honest and owning up to what she did. All right, moving on.
Y'all take things so personal. This woman didn't make the rule. She's just stating how men feel. Y'all don't want to accept it, which makes you delusional.
You're right, she didn't make the rule. Security boss is stating the facts.
Yes, okay, you know few women who got married after having few kids. So what? They are the exception, not the rule.
Correct. Exceptions don't change the goddamn rules, okay?
Young, successful men who don't have children or who only has one child aren't looking for a woman with multiple kids. That's the facts. Y'all are not the first picks. Not saying y'all can't find someone, but the chances of finding someone really worthy are slim. She can say what she wants because it's her platform. I knew a lady with 5 kids, never been married. She got married to a good man with a great job and has been happy for 12 years. I knew a stripper with 3 kids, changed her life and married a preacher. Straight facts. From reading these comments, it's a lot of baby mama's toes being stepped on. Men value women totally different when you're a woman with 0 to 1 kid versus 2+ kids. It's reality, face it. Ladies, stop being bitter. Take the advice and do better. Stop choosing to have babies with men that you don't see potential with, and vice versa. Simple. Ladies, hear me good. You are the prize. You create what others can't. You are beautiful. Don't let anyone who barely likes themselves convince you that you're any less amazing, valuable, or worthy.
Okay, who left this comment? Please tell me you're referring to women who are single women who don't have children. Because if you're referring to a bunch of single mamas, that's bullshit. You can't tell this a bunch of single moms. They're going to be living in delusion.
Thanks for watching. If you like the video, subscribe to give me more motivation.
That's the end of that video. Well, that's the end of that video. So yeah, that's interesting. I think it's just shameful how women think they're the prize, just even though they popped out some kids by another man. It's just mind-boggling, I tell you. Mind-boggling. So yes, ladies, if you're a single mother, I'm sorry to tell you this. You're not the prize you once was when you were single and childless. Now, granted, there are some women out here who are single and childless that are no more date worthy, but understand something. Those women may have some kind of value tied to them compared to a single mother. I'd rather deal with a female who sometimes is a pain in the ass to deal with, but is humble, loyal, and respectful, who does not have kids, before I go deal with a crazy chick that's got several kids. I know females personally who are over 30 and don't have children. I deal with them for the most part. I mean, one chick in particular I've been dealing with for 13 years. She's 41 years old, no children. So she has more value in my life compared to someone that's got several kids. I know some that's got 2 or 3 kids. I don't kick it with them like that. I don't deal with them on that level for obvious reasons. I just can't do it. I'm a single man with no children. So what the hell am I going to do with a 30-plus-year-old woman that's got kids by another man? I'm not taking care of nobody else's kids. And don't you dare try to force the bullshit on me, because that's going to be a problem for me. And the baby daddy getting involved, that's going to escalate things even further. So no, that's just not how that works. I'm sorry. That's just not how that shit works. All right, I got one more video to show. It's a long one, but I'm not going to play the whole thing. But hold on. All right, here we go. And this video is called "The Truth About Single Mothers and Why Men Stop Dating Them." Shout out to Alienated TV. I'm not going to play the whole video because it's 30 minutes. And I got to get to my next topic. I'm trying not to go past the 3-hour marker. So bear with me, folks. Bear with me. All right, fair use.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, how sweet. Wow. It's going down tonight.
That's it? What the? You wrote like 2 words on it.
Yeah, and?
You don't love me.
What?
You got me all this garbage and no ring.
Yes. Are you fucking serious? He bought you some gifts for Valentine's Day, and this is how the fuck you gonna act? You ungrateful, conniving piece of monkey shit. Ugh.
You know what? I'm
Like,
getting
what
tired of
is
you.
this?
Talking about some what it.
No! You just can't get nothing right.
Don't eat none of my food no
Red
more.
roses for Valentine's Day.
Who gets red roses? Bro, everybody gets red roses. What are you
Basic? Do I look like a basic bitch?
Maybe you should consider being a basic chick if you want to get anywhere with a fucking traditional man that cares about your ass. How about that, sweetheart? God damn. Basic chick, basic bitch my ass. No, you are entitled bitch. That's what you are.
Quite possibly.
Yep.
We're done. That's right. You're so ungrateful. You're so ungrateful. I'm taking all this stuff.
You ungrateful piece of shit.
No.
Leave her the fuck
I
alone.
need to be treated like a queen.
I'm gonna give this to another female.
And there's like no money in there. There's no money.
All you care about is goddamn money. Ain't that about some shit? There's no money. He spent a lot of money buying all that shit. What the fuck? Oh, God almighty. Ugh. Y'all hearing this shit? Any of y'all have been through a situation like this? You go all out for Valentine's Day, and this is the kind of bullshit you gotta hear? Oh, my God almighty. Dude, choose carefully.
Wow. The men in West.
Wow. He went all out to buy her that stuff, and this is the thanks he gets in return. This is the bullshit he has to hear after he done spent all that money buying you all them Valentine's Day gifts. And you said, oh, why you buy me this shit? It's only 2 words in the card. There's no fucking money. Really? The price ain't right. The price ain't right. No pun intended. Anyways, fair use.
Western countries are dissatisfied with the behavior of Western modern women, and they're looking to South America and Asia for more feminine traditional women.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. One of the reasons for men's dissatisfaction with Western modern women is due to fatherless daughter syndrome.
True.
Colloquially known as daddy issues, this is an emotional disorder that stems from concerns with trust and lack of self-esteem that leads to a cycle of repeated dysfunctional decisions in relationships with men.
Facts.
Fatherless daughters are often experiencing fear of rejection and abandonment. Because of this, they tend to avoid emotional attachment. They'll often sabotage or quit healthy relationships because they fear heartbreak.
Yeah, that does happen. Young girls who don't have fathers to guide them and show them what a healthy relationship looks like, they'll just avoid it. They don't know what it looks like, and it's scary to them. People fear what they don't understand.
Yes. For future generations, fatherless daughter syndrome is going to be even more of an issue because single motherhood today is glamorized, celebrated, and on the rise.
You're damn right. It's gotten to the point where even Father's Day holds no significance anymore. And don't get me wrong, I still send Father's Day greetings to all my guy friends out there who are fathers, or any guys I know personally who are fathers, or from around the way who are fathers. But Father's Day doesn't hold the same significance as it did years ago.
Slapping on cuffs, racking up body counts.
Yep.
But I love my kids so much I gave them all their own daddy.
Wait, say that again.
Is glamorized, celebrated, and on the rise.
Slapping on cuffs, racking up body counts.
Yep.
But I love my kids so much I gave them all their own daddy.
You gave them all their own daddy? What?
You got a daddy. You got a daddy. You got a daddy.
What a floozy.
The price ain't right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anybody in the chat that want to come up, feel free to join the stream. Link is in the description. Feel free to come up and speak your piece on this, because this is getting good. Oh my gosh. Link is in the description if you want to come up.
Is unable to bring out the best outcomes for the child.
Kabam! Single mothers are generally poorer. Mm-hmm. They are likely to have greater support needs compared to two-parent couples, placing a greater burden on society in general.
That is factually true.
Facts! Damn right.
Children that are raised in a home with a married mother and father consistently do better in every measure of well-being than their peers who come from divorced or step-parent, single-parent, and cohabiting homes. Children from fatherless homes are more likely to be poor and to live in crowded housing, as this video from a single mother shows.
Imagine having 6 kids in one bedroom.
What? 6?
Guys, this is me. I have 6 children that are all 12 and under in one bedroom. I have 2 sets of bunk beds in there, and it's a nightmare.
Children are particularly vulnerable to this type of poor housing quality because they use the space in the home to do homework, interact with family members, develop an identity, practice their life skills, and sleep.
Wow. Wow.
The degree to which children grow up in crowded housing is a neglected but important aspect of social inequality. These conditions remind me of a recent trend on TikTok called depression rooms.
Come and clean my depression room with me.
It is for real. Clean my depression room.
I've had a lot of people comment on my room and how messy it is. I'm pretty sure it comes from the aunties who are like, "Are you proud of this? You're disgusting."
Cleaning my disgusting depression room.
God damn, even my room is cleaner than this.
That's nasty.
Very.
Poor living conditions can serve as a mechanism of social stratification, affecting children's well-being and resulting in the intergenerational transmission of social inequality.
Oh my God.
Children from fatherless homes are also more likely to become involved in substance and alcohol misuse, drop out of school, and suffer from health and emotional problems.
Facts.
Yep.
Boys are more likely to become involved in crime, and girls are more likely to become pregnant as teens.
Single women should be...
You're damn right. That's all true. Young men from single-parent households are more likely to be sent to jail or worse, in the ground. Young girls are more likely to end up pregnant before they're even old enough to freaking drive a car. Ain't that some shit? Or old enough to drink or smoke. Ain't that some shit?
Be banned from accessing IVF for free because, another quote for you, they exert less control on their children.
IVF for single moms.
Before dealing with single mothers exerting less control on their children, I want to explain what IVF is.
What is IVF?
Because this is something people were asking about in a previous video.
Making a baby isn't always easy. Fortunately, there are many ways to parenthood, including in vitro fertilization, or IVF.
IVF stands for in vitro fertilization. That's new. How does it work?
This treatment process brings the miracle of conception into a laboratory. During the multi-step procedure, mature eggs are retrieved from ovaries and fertilized with sperm in a petri dish. It takes a few days for the fertilized eggs to develop into embryos. Within a week, an embryo can be transferred into a uterus in hopes of starting a successful pregnancy.
How many eggs come out at once? Like a dozen?
Given that a single IVF cycle can range from $15,000 to $30,000, why should the taxpayer fund this so that single women can access it for free?
And plus give them less of a reason to have a man in the house. If I don't need a man, if you're a woman and you don't need a man to get pregnant by, then what the hell? Oh my God. You don't need a man to have kids. You're not going to find much use for him.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Especially if the single woman doesn't have a health issue that's stopping her from having children naturally.
Yeah. This stuff should be reserved for people who have health issues and can't have kids. I know some person that can't have kids because they're either not fertile anymore or they found out when they were younger that they cannot have kids. I don't know. It should be reserved for people like that. Don't just be handing this bullshit out to, don't just hand this shit out to a bunch of random women who want to get pregnant just because they want to beat the biological clock. That's nonsense.
That escalated quickly.
And if the lady in question can't afford IVF herself, then surely she can't afford to raise a child, given that as of 2023, the average cost of doing so is around $16,000 per year.
They exert less control on their children.
Single mothers exerting less control on their children is generally true. One reason for this is that father absence reduces the amount of time families have to invest in children.
Yep.
However, it's not just the amount of time available for children that matters. Social control theory suggests that the absence of a father in the household has adverse consequences for children because the number of adults available to supervise them falls. And even when there are other adults in the household, they're likely to have a more distant relationship to the child and therefore exert less control.
Sounds reasonable.
There's a brilliant article in The Guardian that's worth reading as well. And a social psychologist, Sophie Zarde, says there is absolutely no difference between children who've been brought up by one parent or two parents.
Are you fucking serious? Wow. Are you serious? Let's hear some more of this nonsense. Okay.
Wow.
Aside from the extensive research that says
there's
otherwise,
no difference.
Absolutely no difference between children who've been brought up by one parent or two parents.
Right.
Aside from the extensive research that says otherwise, we intuitively know this to be false. After all, what's the likelihood of two distinctly different variables producing identical results?
Exactly. It's impossible.
Regarding the article she references, 51 solo mother families were compared with 52 two-parent families, all with a 4 to 9-year-old child, conceived by donor insemination.
You serious?
This study has some obvious issues worth mentioning. The study only deals with planned children and excludes unwanted children entirely.
Say what now?
So it deals with only planned children and does not include unplanned children? Seriously?
The study only deals with planned children and excludes unwanted children entirely.
So it only deals with couples who had kids deliberately and at their own leisure, as opposed to just having people who had kids because of a one-night stand. It was unplanned. Really? Why?
Say what now?
The study only relates to young children, between 4 and 9 years old.
Bingo.
The differences between individuals outside this age range has been ignored completely.
That's reassuring.
There's also no mention of how the participants were selected for the study. Were they handpicked or were they sampled randomly so as to omit selection bias?
I'm gonna go with the latter.
And this is all before the small sample sizes of just over 50 participating families from each group is mentioned. Using a flawed study like this to try and prove that there's absolutely no difference between children who've been brought up by one parent or two parents suggests an extreme confirmation bias.
Single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more Black women consider and even exercise.
Ebony
I'm not
Williams.
interested in a man unless he drives a BMW.
Really?
Anybody that's in their feelings about that can go ahead and start to process.
Oh, don't get me. Oh, we're getting to you, Ebony Wiz. I'm gonna get to your ass soon.
Right now.
See, that's the problem. I can't find a man that can satisfy me. Now, some guys go an hour, hour and a half. That's it. A man's got to put in overtime for me to get off.
Overtime? How much overtime, sweetheart? Are you worth the goddamn overtime? Oh, my Lord.
Now, I am extremely fortunate that I was able to secure 2 vials of Black sperm from California Cryobank.
What?
This is the type of thinking that has contributed to America having the highest share of single parenting in the world. The phrase, most American children suffer too much mother and too little father, has never been more true.
It's really messed up.
In 2023, almost a quarter of U.S. children live in a household with a single parent and no other adults present, other than adult children.
Wow.
This is the upshot of when a woman in her youth believes 2 common Ephonist untruths, which are that a career is more meaningful than marriage and children, and that women don't need men. It's what leads to phrases like, a woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle. I don't have to fiddle with a man to have that child. And more recently, self-partnering.
Ain't that about some shit?
I made a realization. Have you ever noticed that the girls with the F all men attitude, the girls that are constantly like, there's no good men left in this world, yeah, they are usually the ones who can't find sweethearts to be with.
Oh, you don't say. Do tell.
I like this one.
Me too.
And for the women who claim to not need a man because they can't find their sweethearts, it's worth remembering that a healthy and balanced society cannot be built with broken people.
No, it can't.
Hell no.
The nuclear family is the very basic building block of society, and creating strong and intelligent families is the answer to a lot of social problems. A family unit working together towards one common aim achieves more than women living on their own.
I don't care.
You're damn right. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna stop it after this last one because we gotta get to our next topic before I reach the 3-hour mark. Okay, next.
Who gets mad? There are certain things that are a man's job. I just defrosted my car. It's freezing outside. And let me tell y'all something. Defrosting a car is a man's job. I want that to be the last time I
You're
ever
damn right. It's a man's job, yes, but where is your man?
Defrosting a car is a man's job. Just like taking out the trash. I will not be seen taking out the trash. I do it, obviously, because I'm a single mother.
Poor thing.
But that
Damn.
is such a man's job. Defrosting the car, a man's job. Would y'all like a list?
Actually, no.
But if I have a husband, I'm never defrosting my car. That is a man's job.
That's interesting. Unfortunately, a post-wall single mother's prospects for marrying well or at all are greatly diminished. Single mothers are significantly less likely to marry and more likely to cohabit than women without children. If they do marry, their husbands are more likely to have poor job prospects. We find that women who bear children outside of marriage are at a considerable disadvantage in the marriage market, said Professor Daniel Lichter from Cornell University. Both the likelihood of marriage and the quality of marital partners are adversely affected by out-of-wedlock childbearing.
And whose fault is that?
Here's
the woman's fault, of course.
Boots-on-the-ground example of how difficult it can be.
Actually, when kids are in fault, it's the man and the woman's fault, actually.
In the span of 20.
Okay. I'm not gonna play the rest of this videos because I gotta get to the next topic. Okay, I'm not gonna play the rest of this video because I gotta get to the next topic. But y'all understand where I'm coming from with this. This is why we don't deal with single mothers. You're not only are you gonna be second, not only are her kids gonna come first, but you're gonna be second best to the baby daddy. And since you are not the father, you have no authority over said kids. Plus, you're dealing with a female who basically made some bad decisions when it came to the men she was dealing with. Now she's in a rut. Now she's looking for anybody to bail her out of this rut. And at this point, she'll take anything. As I said earlier, women who don't have kids have a lot more, if not a little more value than women who do have kids. That's, again, not to say that y'all ladies out there who are childless and single are any better than these angry, bitter single mothers. But if your head's on straight, no matter the age you are, you do have some value. I would take a 35-year-old single woman with no kids before I take a 35-year-old single woman with 2 or 3 kids. That's just my take. That's just how I feel about the whole thing. You have more value when you don't have kids. Bottom line, plain and simple. And I'm afraid there's just no getting around that. All right, now we're through talking about that. So let's move on to our very next topic. And give me a second. Okay, I'm back. And now we're on to our next topic. Bridal shops are going out of business. Now this kind of ties into what I talked about a week ago. The marriage rates are dropping. And this is the result of that. Less and less people want to get married in this day and age. That's why the bridal shops are starting to shut down. Now, granted, there are some that are still open for business, but most of them are closing down. I can vouch for myself. There used to be a bridal shop not too far from my house that I'm currently living in. It just closed down over the spring. Well, when I drove past, they had a going out of business sale sign on it. Days Bridals going out of business. Yeah, the top tier bridal shops out there, and they're all going out of business. Ain't that about something? But why do you think this is all happening? Simple, because less and less men want to get married. Women have fought for this for ages, claiming that marriage is slavery. Marriage is just you being controlled by a man, like some dictatorship, not understanding that there's a difference between leadership and dictatorship, and how submission should be associated with leadership, while slavery is to be associated with dictatorship. They don't understand that. They wanted to remove the shackles of marriage from women and just be free from it. And as a result, they decided to make themselves unqualifiable, if there's a such term, to be in relationships, let alone marriages. As if the single mother epidemic is just adding gas to the fire. With more and more women working corporate jobs and taking on the role of single mothers, no wonder less and less people want to get married. And notice how I said less, as in not a lot. That doesn't mean 0 people are getting married out here. No, those people out here getting married. The thing is, they're just not getting married at the high numbers that they used to get married in. That just ain't happening anymore. Because they know the risks. If things go wrong, they could lose everything, especially if they got something to lose. It just ain't gonna happen like that. Yeah. I don't know who's in the back listening in. Kendra, if you're back there, feel free to come back up if you want to. I'm about to close the stream out in the next 10 minutes or so. Anybody that want to come up, feel free to do so. Because after the 3-hour mark, I'm gonna have to shut the stream down. I'll let it go on. If somebody come up, I'll let it go on for a couple more minutes past the 3-hour marker. If not, then it's a done deal at the 3-hour mark. Okay. All right. I guess Zara didn't want to come up, but it is what it is. Okay. Now we're talking about bridal shops shutting down. And for this video, shout out to the gents. It said men caused one of the largest bridal companies to go bankrupt. It's over. Is it truly over? Well, let's see what they have to say. Fair use, people. Fair use. Oh, damn.
You guys read the title, and I believe it's safe to say that men are finally winning after years and years of taking L's by the hands of modern women in the family court. Yes, brothers, men are waking up and realizing that marriage is a scam, and they're not marching 304s down the aisle like they were back in the 80s and 90s. Those days are over. For far too long, men have been divorced great to kingdom come, had their assets stolen, and their retirements ruined. They were forced to pay lifetime alimony and take care of a leech and parasite for free. And some had their kids stolen from them and had no choice but to pay 18 to 21 years of child support to a selfish beach, but no more. I believe this article will prove to us that this is just the beginning of the end for the institution of marriage now that men are abandoning ship. This is just the fall of one company, but more will follow. Gentlemen, mark my words. This fight is not over until marriage becomes uncommon for the majority of the population.
It's not going to get any better until they change some of these child support and family court laws. I can tell you that. Fair use.
I plan to cover the article in the second half of the video, but let's get to it because we need to see how bad things are. This article is from today, and it's titled, David's Bridal Files for Bankruptcy After Announcing Major Layoffs. Well, gentlemen, I think this is one of many small wins that we'll see as the years passes by, and more men decide to boycott marriage. Let's dive into it. David's Bridal is filed for bankruptcy for the second time in 5 years. In a release, the wedding dress retailer,
from what I understand, the first time was way back in 2018, by the way,
announced that it filed for relief under Chapter 11 of the United States Bankruptcy Code on April the 17th and is now looking for a
This October 10th and 11th.
I got this, I'm on it. Give me 5 years and I got what I wanted. I'ma go ahead and finish.
Okay, we're back at it again. Okay, fair use.
For a buyer. If a buyer isn't found, the bridal company, which has been in business for more than 70 years, may be forced to liquidate all its inventory and wind down operations, according to court documents. Gents, the fact that this is the second time they're filing for bankruptcy tells you that they don't have many customers willing to marry. It could also be that many people aren't doing the whole wedding dress thing these days, but it's evident that the decline in marriage caused this company to file for bankruptcy. And while I'm glad that marriage is declining and men are waking up, people did have to lose their jobs, which I don't celebrate. But it is what it is. Unfortunately, people lose their jobs every day, and that's just a part of life. So
yeah, it is a part of life, but it's a shitty part of life if you ask me.
We can't feel sorry for these people regardless, because when we lose our jobs, they won't care about us.
No.
Let's continue. So what does this mean for brides? For now, stores are open, and we intend to fulfill orders without disruption or delay, the company said in a Bride FAQ section on its restructuring website. The company said that online shopping also remains up and running, and David's Bridal is currently honoring gift cards, returns and exchanges, store credits, and deliveries as usual. The pandemic took a serious toll on David's Bridal, which operates 294 locations across the United States, Canada, and the UK. The company also has franchise stores in Mexico. Wow, this wasn't a small...
Wow. They're nationwide. Who knew?
Small company at all. They were big players in the game. This is a huge deal. Men are changing this industry by not bending the knee. And whose fault is this? Who caused men to decide that staying single is better?
Oh, that's easy, brother. The women did it. When they decided that marriage is for slaves, doing anything for a man is considered misogynistic and oppression towards women, they basically fucked themselves in the ass like a $2 prostitute. So they can't blame nobody but themselves. Yes, there are some men out, and there's another thing. Yes, there are some men out there that want to get married, but the thing is they don't want to get married in the Western American society. Why would you want to get married in a society where traditionalism is not held to the highest regard? And not only are men seen as slave masters or oppressive towards women, but the women who do get married and have a happy marriage, they're going to experience a lot of shame and backlash from the so-called sisterhood. So yes, our culture has basically put marriage on the back burner. So it doesn't surprise me one bit that these bridal shops are going out of business. Again, I had a bridal shop not too far from my house that just went out of business over the summertime. So it's mind-boggling, but let's continue. Fair use.
XXs, they're the ones that caused this to themselves, and now most of them will never get married. It's not even a debate at this point. If they weren't taking advantage of men and abusing the family court system to rob men blind, this probably wouldn't have happened.
No, it wouldn't.
But here we are today. Marriage is declining, companies are filing for bankruptcy, and people are losing their jobs because XXs were selfish and thought men wouldn't adapt and adjust. I'm happy that men aren't marrying anymore, and I know this is just the first domino to fall. It's going to get worse. Let's continue. Due to the significant number of weddings postponed during the pandemic, brides still find it challenging to secure their ideal wedding venue, resulting in couples elongating their wedding planning cycles and brides delaying their timing for selecting a dress. CEO James Markham said in a court document. Who believes this is the main reason? I don't. People aren't getting married as much anymore, and that's the issue here. Also, look at the economy right now. Most people are broke as a joke, so even if they want to get married, they can't afford it. That's what the CEO should have said instead of that goofy excuse. Combining the decline in the marriage rate and a bad economy will result in even fewer marriages. Even a monkey could figure that out. Am I lying, gents? To me, this is obvious, but people don't want to say the quiet part out loud. Let's continue. He added that David's Bridal has faced escalating competition from other retailers in recent years.
Really?
He pointed to shifting trends in wedding dress tastes, noting that an increasing number of brides are opting for less traditional wedding attire, including thrift wedding dresses. With non-traditional weddings on the rise, he said, fewer brides seem to be seeking out formal gowns, bridesmaids' dresses, and accessories.
Wow. So people don't want to get married in a traditional sense anymore. You know, with the big ceremony, all your family and friends show up. No, I guess nowadays just go to a fucking courthouse and get the marriage like that. I guess that's the best thing for people. That's the best thing people are going to do now. They want to leave the government out of it now. So just go to the courthouse, get married, and start and just keep it at that.
That is true, but you're telling me that this big company couldn't adjust to the styles of wedding dresses, and that's why they went under. That can't be the only reason. The fact is men aren't marrying these 304s anymore. And that's one of the main reasons why this company...
Yeah, when she chooses to be for the streets, she's basically saying no to marriage and no to relationships and no to being a family woman. That's the basic gist of it. When you choose to be for the streets, you're basically saying no to marriages and relationships. Bottom line, point blank.
Had to file for bankruptcy twice. I know for a fact that in 2018, the economy was not as bad as it is now. So I doubt it's the style of wedding dresses that's the main...
The most anticipated...
for David's Bridal filing for bankruptcy. They should have been able to adapt from 2018 to 2023, but I don't know the company's inner workings, so this is all speculation. Let's continue. David's Bridal also filed for Chapter 11 protection in 2018. The company emerged from bankruptcy the following year, updating its branding, launching new product lines, and bringing on a new senior management team, Markham said in a court filing. However, despite those efforts, the company is now suffering under severe liquidity constraints due to the lasting impact of the sniffles on the wedding industry, he said. The latest bankruptcy news comes a few days after David's Bridal announced that it would be laying off more than 9,000 employees around the country between
9,000 across the damn country. Ain't that about some shit?
Between April and August. And there you have it, gentlemen. After reading the article, my mind hasn't changed one bit. It's obvious that more and more men and some women are choosing not to get married, which will impact marriages in the future. Even if just 20% of men worldwide decide to stay single for life, you're telling me that won't affect businesses and XXs. Of course it will, and this company's downfall is the effects of men giving up on women and the institution of marriage. Unfortunately, people will lose their jobs, but it's just business at the end of the day, nothing personal. It brings me much joy to know that men have finally seen that the current marriage system in America is a scam and a money grab used by XXs to get their retirement funds or a financial boost. Not only that, the family court and child support offices get a payday the more men sign up and lose their wives and kids, to the point where it is a multi-billion-dollar industry in America. And
wow. So the more men that get screwed over in the family courts, the more money that goes in their pockets. Ain't that about some shit?
Can't talk about marriage without calling out the lawyers and judges that get to pay off the mortgage of their empty mansions and send their kids and grandkids to college off of the destruction of the family and the sacrifice of men. This is how profitable it is to take everything a man has worked his butt off to attain, and the system and women don't give a damn. They're out to get men's money by any means necessary without any remorse, even if they have to bankrupt men and force them to live on the streets. So to see that men are finally holding the line and choosing to be wise rather than swindled by a cute face and a fat and juicy wet vice grip tells me there is still hope for men. With that said, if any of you guys watching this video right now are still willing to sign up for the slaughter, even with all the evidence you can see in society that marriage isn't worth it for men, I have a homework assignment to give you. There is a documentary on YouTube called Divorce Corp that exposes the evil, which is the family court system here in America. I want all of you guys to watch it before even considering proposing to your boo. I will try to remember to link the video in the description box to make it easy for you guys, because I know that men are hard-headed and your ego is wrapped around XXs and how you get your little peen wet. So I'm hoping that once you see the system for what it is, you will wake up to reality. Because although we love to throw shade at modern XXs and call them delusional, the real problem is the hope strategists and marriage-minded ninjas in La La Land right now high off hopium and copium that are keeping the institution of marriage alive on life support.
Yeah, the thing is, some of us do want to get married. I mean, who the fuck want to be single at 40-something years old and don't have anybody? Who wants to be single at 40 years old and don't have anybody of significance in their lives? So that's something else you got to think about. I'm at the point where I don't know what the fuck I want to do at this. I just don't know what to do at this point. I just don't know. I honestly don't know what to do. I'm almost 40, don't have anybody. What am I supposed to do? But yeah, less and less men want to get married now. And that's why bridal shots are suffering. Women did this. We control access to marriage, yes. But we have the common sense not to give access to reckless women. But anyways, fair use.
These goofballs are the ones that lead men astray and come in here and try to tell me that I'm bitter and hurt, and I just have to choose the right one, and everything will be fine. Well, I'm going to put the knee to some of you guys next today because I'm sick and tired of you ignorant, goofy ninjas coming in here and telling me that I'm just bitter and hurt, and marriage is worth it in 2023. Let me tell you guys something. All women plan the divorce before the wedding, meaning XX's research and get information that will give them the advantage in case they decide.
And by the way, he's not talking about all women, just the 304s out there. Yeah, that's it. Just the loose women who are delusional to thinking that they deserve to be married. And really, they fucking don't. But anyways, fair use.
To leave you because they're not happy, or you start acting froggy and think you have your wives in check. That way, they can decide to pull the plug from under your feet and run off with the bag. All women know this. Their mothers, grandmother, and aunts already coach them on how to get out of the marriage smelling like roses before they tell you I do up on the altar. So I want you guys to think about that. It's not a coincidence that they all have the same dusty playbook to win alimony and child support and take half of your assets using underhanded tactics. Some of them will set you up to hit them and get a DB case against you.
This October 10th and 11th.
Others will say you touch the kids inappropriately or grape them. And if luck is not on your side,
This is why, going back to my single mother thing, don't try to be a stepdaddy. Don't wife up a single mother and try to play fucking stepdaddy to these kids. It ain't gonna happen.
they'll throw your goofy butt in the gulag, and at that point, kiss your freedom goodbye. What about the women that try to file for divorce in a state like California that used to always give automatic lifetime alimony after 10 years and 1 day? The smart ones will stay up under you and wait until after the 10-year mark to divorce rape you to get lifetime spousal support. And just like that, you have to take care of that woman until the day they put you 6'6" in the dirt. And lastly, some ex-exes who are really on demon time will purposefully try to become a stay-at-home wife and encourage you to get the bag while they stay home to take care of the kids. Then when it's time for them to execute Operation Divorce Rape to Kingdom Come, they have all the chess pieces set in place to get all of what you worked hard for because they weren't contributing anything financially to the marriage. That way, they have nothing to split but everything to gain because they'll say you forced them to stay home and take care of the kids so that they couldn't get to work. And now it's difficult to get a job because there's a gap in their resumes. And just like that, checkmate. You gums think it's a game out here and ex-exes are dumb, but the brutal truth is they are smart as hell. And men are the dumb ones that fall for the same traps over and over again. Coach Greg Adams say that men are in love and women are in business because all of them have the potential to screw you over, and love goes right out the window when it's time to get the bag. Not only that, the so-called good women that will stick with you through thick and thin are the most dangerous out here, and I will explain why. See, goofballs, gumps, and sucker for love ninjas think that women staying longer in marriages is good, and that proves the marriage is successful, but boy, do they lack vision. Here's the deal. Even if a woman stays married to you for 20, 30, or 40 years doesn't mean she still won't divorce you. She's just playing the long game. She's just waiting for you useful.
And yeah, that can happen. I've heard stories of couples that have been together for decades, but they're not happy with each other. They're just sitting there trying to make something work. So yeah, that does happen. Don't get me wrong. That can happen. It has happened, and it'll probably continue to happen. But yeah. But this is why men are just not getting married anymore. Women have fucked it all up. Okay, fair use.
Idiots and plow horses to pay off the house, save for retirement, build up your assets, reach your peak income potential, and then steal everything from you. Yeah, those ex-exes have the blood of corpses running through their veins because they're pulling the plug on the marriage when you'll never recuperate and recover the retirement fund. And at that point, it's game over. We call it a gray divorce, and most men never recover financially. That's why you see older men dropping debt on the Walmart floors because their parasite took everything they worked for when they were preparing to retire.
Wow.
It's a cold world we live in, and ex-exes won't care or give a damn that you're homeless or work yourselves to death once they're living well in the house you paid for. How many of you hope strategists have the perfect plan to protect yourselves from that? But you have the nerve to try and discredit what I'm saying as if a good woman can't turn into a bad one. What about a star?
Yeah. All this stuff about he just angry and bitter. Well, you could look at it like that, but hell, he's spitting facts. Maybe he just knows not to put himself in a situation where he's going to get fucking screwed over at the end. We don't know for sure. But anyways, fair use.
Her husband. Do you guys know what that is, and the fact that women will marry a guy without any intentions of being with him for a lifetime? Well, if you don't know what that is, Google says it's a short-lived first marriage between young adults, viewed as a form of...
Wait, hold on.
If a good woman can't turn into a bad one. What about a starter husband? Do you guys know what that...
Oh, starter husband. I've heard that title before. I've heard the term starter husband. Now, from what I understand, it's a man that a woman marries, but only for a short period of time, something like that. She doesn't plan on being with him for the long run. It's just to get her started in a marriage thing. But let's hear what he has to say on this whole starter husband.
Is in the fact that women will marry a guy without any intentions of being with him for a lifetime. Well, if you don't know what that is, Google says it's a short-lived first marriage between young adults, viewed as a form of preparation for a subsequent, more lasting one with different partners.
So it's basically a starter husband, just a man that a woman marries just so she can get used to what marriage life is like. And then so when she looks for her real partner, now she can go out there. Now she be prepared for that. Oh, God. It's like going to a job orientation where you get used to your settings, the teachers and all that kind of stuff before you actually start the training. So think of it as a starter husband, like an orientation husband. This is what you're going to be in for if you ever want to get married for real, for real. This guy just a starter husband. Oh, God almighty.
So your wife could be pressuring you into getting married to have her big day and collect cash and prizes. They call you goofy ninjas.
Floor & Decor is your one-stop shop for the best flooring and installation materials.
All right, let's continue.
Husbands and many wives have married men they have zero intentions of being with long term because they know they can just get another hoax strategist to marry them. It's scary to think that a time limit is on your marriage before you'd even walk your sugar plum down the aisle, isn't it? But that's what you guys sign up for, and it's your fault you got screwed. Your wife only did what she was planning to do, and that's what you guys need to realize. Trust me, these people don't care or give a damn that you'll be losing half of what you worked for because they're selfish at their core and only think about themselves. But you, on the other hand, Mr. Good Man, have no clue that XXs do these sorts of things, but you guys have smoke for me, even though I'm trying to save you. The divorce is always planned before the wedding, so you play stupid games and you win stupid prizes. I'm not finished delivering this truth yet. Trust me, gents, I'm just getting warmed up. Many men never factor in that what they signed up for can be taken away from them without notice in the true cost of their wife versus a pro. So let's break that down. On the screen is a video that will show you all of the expenses you have to pay when you're married, and it will give you an example of how
Ooh, that's a lot. Condominium fees, regiment fees, roof and sidewalk repairs. That's a lot of money. God damn.
expensive it is to maintain a wife and kids. You guys will have most of these expenses, which will eat up your income relatively easily, no matter how much you make. Now, I'm highlighting this because some men think that they don't pay for sex, especially when they're married, and that video proves that married men pay the most. Look at all of these expenses and tell me that married men don't pay for peace leave. Actually, I would go as far as to say,
yeah, you're paying for sex, all right, but you're paying indirectly. You're just taking care of all these basic responsibilities in return for access to her sexually. I guess you could. That's the only difference I'm seeing.
That married woman's wet vice grip costs the most because, in a divorce, some men have to pay hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, for some peace leave they'll probably never get access to ever again. So husbands pay big money to not have sex, especially in a sexless marriage. Now, we know that most, if not all, men have less bedroom fun once they get married and get a couple of kids with their wives. Some men, however, get little to no bedroom fun from their wives but are still expected to pay, and you're telling me that marriage is worth it. Not only that, if the husband gets fed up with his wife not doing what she's supposed to do and steps out of the marriage, he still gets penalized. Because
yeah, they always tell a man to stick around and take care of the family, but they will tell a woman if the husband ain't doing right, then she should just leave. You would think that would go both ways, but apparently it doesn't. It's a mind fuck, I tell you, a total mind fuck.
Because in the marriage contract, he handed over the keys to his sex life to his wife and made her the sole provider of bedroom fun, and the courts will make him pay dearly for cheating. That sounds like such a good deal, doesn't it? And the worst part is if you end up in a sexless marriage, there's nothing you can do to make your wife give you some, and it can happen at any point in the marriage without notice, and goofballs never think about things like this. I could go deeper and talk about mental illness, But this would be an hour-long video, so let's move on and look at the cost of a pro and see if that would be cheaper than a wife and guarantee that the man gets what he's paying for. All right, editor, flash on the screen.
It says the average price of a Los Angeles is $200 to $250. If a girl's okay on looks, she would charge $100. If a girl is okay on looks, she will charge $150. If a girl is hot in looks, it's as high as $300. But on average, you can find a decent looking girl for $200. Okay. Well, compared to that, I don't condone this kind of behavior. I'd rather go to the strip clubs and get my rocks off there. But this is what it is in Los Angeles. You're better off paying for a wife, paying for someone to be your little sex buddy than have to go through a sexless marriage. Just pay her money, have sexual fun with her, then you can keep on moving.
The prices of a pro real quick so men can see the difference in cost for a guaranteed service versus in marriage, where there's no guarantee you'll get what you sign up for. I'm not telling or insinuating that you use these services. However, it's undeniably cheaper than a wife long-term, and you are almost guaranteed to get what you want. So which would you prefer? $200 an hour to get what you want, or lose $200,000 in a divorce settlement? The choice is yours, but even a girlfriend is most likely cheaper than a wife. So I just have to throw that out there. And one thing to quickly gloss over real quick. Never think that a woman is out of your league if you plan to be financially independent or a man of means. If the woman you want to sleep with doesn't want you, just understand that another woman has the same body she has that you can get with a little bit of money. And all peace leave feels the same. So just understand there are more.
Yeah, I could have told you that. It all feels the same. It's like a sewer den. You've seen one, you've seen them all.
Than they are of you. So never think you're missing out on a woman. Have an abundance mindset, but don't get married.
An abundance mindset, as in you got options, she's got options. You ain't the only woman she's dealing with. You ain't the only man she's dealing with, and she ain't the only woman you're dealing with. That's how that works.
With that said, it's undeniable that the risks of marriage far outweigh the rewards, and you gums that think you can't get hemmed up in a divorce are dumb. The only strategy to fully protect yourselves is monk mode, free agent lifestyle, or go your own way and stay single. That's it. There's nothing else that any of you can use to protect yourself 100%. Ironclad prenups can't save you. Irrevocable trusts can't save you, and transferring all of your assets to your mama can't save you either. So don't even think the courts won't find a way to get their money. And what if you and your mother have a falling out? How do you get back your money if she decides it's her money, not yours? I wanted to scold you Hope strategists, but this video is getting too long, so you guys are getting off easy today. Let's get this ish straight once and for all. Just because.
So you weren't being that harsh, huh? Well, all that truth you was dropping, bro, I couldn't even tell, but good shit.
Because your wife married you doesn't mean you'll be the last man to beat up her wet vice grip. How many of you in here learned that the hard way? Put a 1 in a comment section if your wife promised you'd be the last man to have her cookie, and that turned out to be a fat lie. You guys think marriage is a game, but when you walk into the family court, you'll realize that God isn't coming to save you, and you're all alone in the belly of the beast. That's the reality. Only divorced men will understand what I'm talking about. If you choose to marry after 2020 and get screwed, it's your fault. There is enough information out there that reveals what marriage truly is, so you guys will get no sympathy from me if you lose everything in a divorce. I advise men to continue holding the line and stay single. No laws have changed, and women haven't changed either. They've only gotten worse, so just understand that getting married today will be a huge mistake for most men. Hold the line, gents, and live your life for you and not for XXs. On the screen is our Season 2 videos that I know you'll enjoy, so click it right now.
Okay, that's the end of the video, and that covers basically what's talked about these bridal shops or whatever. Now, I was going to talk about Eboni K. Williams and what she said, but unfortunately, I won't have time today, so I have to just save that for another day, okay? I'll pick a decent enough time to talk about Eboni K. Williams and what she said. But anyways, the link is in the description right here. I'm going to close off after I give my final thoughts. If nobody comes on the panel within the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm just going to close the panel off because I'm past the 3-hour marker. I got to get some sleep. I know y'all out there tired too. So, hey, Anybody want to come up here? The link is right there. If anybody want to come up and speak your piece on anything. Should men date single mothers? Yes, no, maybe. What do you think about bridal shops closing off? Anybody that want to chime in, the link is right there. But anyways, let me give my final thoughts on this whole thing. As far as men not dating single mothers, I can understand 100%, especially when you're a man who doesn't have kids of his own. It makes perfect sense to want a woman who's single and childless. It would make logical sense to deal with a woman when you ain't gonna deal with no baby mama, baby daddy drama. The only problem is, if you're an older person, most women your age are probably single mothers. The second thing is, this is what's propagated in our society. Single motherhood is propagated on a regular basis. Fathers aren't necessary. Husbands aren't necessary. As I said, Father's Day barely gets a mention anymore. People celebrate Father's Day with their own mamas now. What the fuck kind of stupid shit is that? That's bullshit. You can't do that. No, 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 no. Father's Day is for fathers. Mother's Day is for mothers. But it's to the point where fathers have no significance in the home. It's just mind-boggling. So we're pushing the single mama narrative, but at the same time, we're complaining when men refuse to wife them up. Seriously? That's what we're doing now? You want to encourage our women to be the very thing that's going to make them the least desirable amongst men? The least desirable for men? Seriously? Why bother? So if you're out, so dating single mothers is just a straight up no-go. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry, I couldn't date a single mother. Now, granted, if I gone on dates with single mothers, several of them, I'm gonna say 80% of females I went on dates with, went out with, or kicked it with, were single moms. But I've also had some that weren't single moms. I don't see much of a difference aside from the fact that one of them has kids and the other one doesn't. But to me, it's their personalities and attitudes that matter. Usually single moms don't have the most date-worthy attitudes, but the ones that are not, the ones that are single and childless, yeah, they tend to be a better fit. And again, like I said, just because you're single and don't have kids will make you any better than the ones that do have kids. Because I know females who don't have kids and they're no more date-worthy. They're the lesser of the two, but you can't take them seriously. That's my think on the single mother thing. You can't take them seriously because of their situation. They got kids by men that they knew were not going to stick around and be fathers. They chose that route, and now they're complaining because nobody wants them. They still think they're the fucking prize. Yeah, that's my take on that. Now, as far as the bridal shop shutting down, about a week ago, I did a whole show talking about marriage rates are dropping, and this is a contributing factor. That's a contributing factor to it. Less and less men and women want to get married now. And if you choose to get married in this day and age, you get fucked over. You can't blame nobody but your goddamn self. Why? Because as a man, you control access to marriage. You control access to relationships. So if you fuck with the wrong chick, wife her up, get her pregnant, that's on your ass. If you're messing with the wrong kind of chicks and walk them down that aisle, that's your ass. Am I against marriages? No. I support marriages just because it ain't for me, just because I may never get married in the long run, which I said, fuck marriages, fuck relationships, fuck all that shit. I'm just going to play the field for the rest of my life if need be until I meet the right kind of traditional-minded woman. I'm not in any rush to get married. I don't care about walking down that goddamn aisle in a nice suit. I don't care about any of that bullshit. And if y'all ladies got a problem with what I'm saying, well then, kiss my ass because I'm not changing my goddamn mind. Plain and simple. You either meet my standards or you don't meet my standards. I don't want to hear no shaming bullshit. If I get married and if I meet the right one and get married, then yes, I'll take my chances with her specifically. We're talking about marrying these old loose 304s in the street that ain't worth a goddamn outside of their poutine. Those are the kind of women that don't deserve to be walked down the aisle. The irresponsible women that like the single mother, irresponsible female. We not wifing those women up. And I understand it's going to be hard to vet a female prior to marriage, but still, it's what needs to be done. This is something that you need to do at all times. Because ain't nobody perfect in this world. I understand there's some traditional-minded women out there, but unfortunately, y'all traditional-minded females are just overshadowed by all the non-traditional women. Even if I met a traditional woman and got with her, hell, who's to say she's not going to get shamed and looked down upon and talked about in a disrespectful manner? Because the sisterhood is going to be against her. The sisterhood is going to sabotage our relationship. Here's a link. Feel free to come up anytime you want to before I shut the stream down. Give your final thoughts because I'm wrapping up here. But like I said, men just don't want to get married anymore. We can see that it's a scam. Western society has fucked up marriages. And the men that do want to get married, they're not doing it. They're just going to be single for the rest of their lives. I don't want you to be that guy that's just desperate for a wife, desperate for a companion, desperate for anything. Because seriously, you're not going to, not having a wife and being single for the rest of your life is not the equivalent of you having some sort of terminal illness and you're going to die soon. You can't look at it like that. You're going to be all right. Just take care of yourself. But I don't see the point in being that desperate and eager. Now, I get it. There are some men out there getting married and it worked out well for them. But even they will tell you that this Western society is fucked up. I've had married men and women tell me themselves that dating is not what they were, not what it was back when we were younger. I'm talking the early 2000s, mid 90s. It's not the same. Social media has really torn marriage apart, torn relationships apart. So it ain't got shit to do with being angry and bitter. This is just me speaking my fucking truth and not giving a rat's ass who loves it, not giving a rat's ass who hates it. Bottom line, point blank and simple. Well, since nobody's coming up on the panel, I guess I'm going to wrap this up, folks. For those of y'all that came up, here to my panel, shout out to AJ Smith, Ministry of Madness, up, was it 2 up, 2 down? AJ Smith again. Shout out to Zara. I wish you could have came up here. And no, not this, and not this guy. Shout out to Zara. And of course, shout out to Kendra Self. I appreciate the conversation we had early in the stream. I'm glad you came up there. You seem like a decent enough person from Texas. I like it. You seem to understand where I'm coming from, where I'm rocking with. I mean, you may seem a little crazy here and there, but then again, I'm kind of crazy myself. So, hey, you were a wonderful guest on my show, Kendra. If you can hear me back there, Kendra, you were a wonderful guest on my show. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. It's just too bad you couldn't stay for the duration of the show, but I had some interesting stuff to show you, but that's okay. But anyways, I'm about to shut this show down, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. And once again, hold on a second. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Once again, my name is Hustler and Muscular, also known as HNM. Thanks for tuning in.